evening program here at Crufts. Here comes Hannah Banks, our agility judge. Been competing since the late 90s, judging since the early 2000s. Absolute honour and a privilege, says Hannah, to be asked to judge at Crufts. Very good at her job, she is too. We're going to start off with the small dogs. 4 of them to go. And we're looking at Blink, tremendous little performer. Lauren Langman from Oakhampton, first in the agility this afternoon. Away they go. Get Graham's view on the course when he's seen Blink go round. Who's really quick, has been prone to the odd mistake. 8 years of age now, the working cocker. But this is really good, and it's clear, and it's less than 15 seconds on the clock as well. Blink, always a spectacular sight going through the weaves. Up on that far side to the tunnel. Tight turn, twists again. There's the seesaw is there. Good contact at the end of the seesaw, and hops over that final jump. 32.4 and clear. That has set the standard. Lauren and Blink, Graham.
Yes, it has. This was always a course that was going to suit Lauren and Blink. Big, open, progressive course. That, as you say, has set the standard.
Katrina Hans and Sizzle. Great pairing this. They won the British Open on day 1. Runners-up in the championships, 3rd in the agility this afternoon. In form, Katrina, Sizzle, the 4-year-old Shetland sheepdog. A wonderful sight, running around the green carpet and negotiating the agility here at Crufts. Up and down over the A-frame. Turning round that IAMS jump as well. Through the tunnel at the far end of the course. That's how you do it, through the weaves, hardly flickering with those poles up again. Through the tunnel at the top of the course. Such a tight little left-hander that. This is really good. We told you it would be a bit of a hesitation at the end of the seesaw. And there is the finale, 32.9, and that's second place. Just that slight hesitation costing, Graham.
It was half a second between first and second now. This is really starting to build up. Can anybody beat Lauren and Blink?
Next to try, Winnie, 8-year-old cross cockapoo from Cardiff. Charlotte Wilkinson, only one more dog after this, aiming for 32.4 and clear. And I don't somehow think with the early thoughts that Winnie will be quite quick enough, but we shall see. Not the first time I've been wrong. Very clear and concise over the A-frame. Around the IAMS jump. And it's very clean and really good. It's just lacking a little bit of pace, understandably so. Over the U-move jump at the top of the course there now. And round we come, seesaw, and finishes. And yet, a little bit lacking on the time side, but a clear round, 3rd place.
Well done. Now she comes down the dog walk, makes the white bit. Yep, not a difficult decision for the judge there. And again for the seesaw, must be on the ground before the dog gets off it, and very nicely done.
Last dog, Alan Bray, Tikita. Shiny collar for Tikita. 7 years of old, working cock, 7 years of age, a working cocker. 2nd in the agility, won the jumping. And Alan Bray, a handler who has that great ability to come to the board at exactly the right time. Remember the time to beat, 32.4 seconds and clear. It's right up there at the moment. Tikita, the working cocker, and Alan Bray through the weaves as well. It's still clean. The time is still really good. Will it be good enough? That's the question. Oh, little stumble there. It's going to be really, really close. But right at the end. Right at the end. Tikita, unfortunate blemish on the round from Tikita and Alan Bray just when things were going so well. Well done, Alan, well done, Tikita.
Such a shame. I mean, I think I, like Alan, thought he had it, you know, it was going to be really, really tight, and the dog just never even acknowledged that the seesaw was there. Inexplicable, I think, is probably the word.
Well, if you can't understand it, nobody can.
No,
Graham,
well, and I don't think
sure.
Alan can. He's looking at him and saying, "What did you do? What did you do? I still love you," he says.
So Lauren Langman and Blink, popular winner. Katrina Hansen sizzle second place. Charlotte Wilkinson and Winnie close out the top three. First of four medium dogs. They're getting set for. Maggie May, the Patterdale working terrier and hound day today here at Crufts. Gareth Colonel, the handler. First of the four medium dogs.
And off he goes. A fairly straightforward start over the irons jump into the tunnel. Now he's up and over the dog walk. Oh, yes, missed that down. Nice, quick run round now over the A-frame, over the wall. Now they've got to get them through between that gap, so they do the backside of the IAMS jump. They come out of there. They've got to pick up the weaving poles. Nicely done. So just running up with 10 faults at the moment. Missed the A-frame contact as well. And now, unfortunately, they've missed the weaving poles, so they get 5 faults for that. You only get one lot of 5 faults within the weaving poles. Turn now through the tunnel. They've got to get a really nice tight turn around here, which he does, and a run for home. Got to steady up just for the seesaw. This is the control part of it. Nicely done. Well done, Gareth. Unlucky, 15 faults there in a time of 44.073.
This is Maggie, just 2 years of age, Collie Cross miniature poodle. Liz Carpenter, the handler, from Manningford in the West Country in Wiltshire. Third in the agility, these two. What have we got in store here? It's a noisy, quick, committed start as well. Really rapid over that dog walk. Brilliant stuff. But picking up a fault right at the end of it. What a shame. Over the IAM, so fast, so committed. Tremendous speed. Will it be accurate, Maggie? What a promising dog this is at just 2 years of age. Great pace, great commitment, right up there with the clock. Oh, that's fantastic. Slow down on that touch at the end. Brilliant. Absolutely terrific. What a shame about those 5 faults. 30 seconds, a tremendous time, Graham.
It was, and I think she just panicked a little bit and just pushed the dog just that little bit too much, but she didn't need to. The overall ground speed of that dog is just phenomenal. And at 2 years of age, I guarantee you we're going to see this dog again at Crufts.
One to go after this one. It is Ashley Butler and Eliza, the 8-year-old bearded collie, third in the jumping, these two. Delighted to see that Ashley is working with us on the television coverage as well. Great to have her inside on things, but now doing really what she does best. Fantastic handler, Ashley Butler, and this is really good so far over the IAMS jump. Beautiful clearance from Eliza on that one. In and out of the tunnel in a blink of an eye. Good style through the weaves as well. Turning towards the far end of the course. Now that tight left hander as well. This will be really good. This will threaten it. It might be the best as well. It's clear. It's 31.9 for Ashley Butler and Eliza, and number 1 with 1 to go.
There's always a difficult decision there for Ashley. She knew she had to put in a really good round because she knows that she's got James Adams coming up behind her. So does she go for it? Does she not?
We told you it was going to be good. It's building to a terrific climax here. James Adams, already a big winner here at Crufts with Willow. Working Cocker Spaniel, 6 years of age. First in the jumping, first in the agility. Going for a hat-trick here. Time to beat 31.9 and clear. These two can do it. Don't worry about that. Great speed, good contact at the end of the dog walk. Terrific pace, terrific accuracy as well. Terrific appetite from Willow. Right up with the clock as well. Just under 15 seconds now. How about those weaves? Faultless through there. Keep an eye on the clock at the bottom of the screen. 31.9 is the time to beat, and I think they're going to do it. It all goes well at the top there. It's going to go well at the top there, and they have...
Smashed it.
Smashed it. They have smashed it. There was a gasp in the crowd. I thought there might have been a late stumble at the end, but I called it right, and they have beaten it. And James Adams and Willow, a multiple winner at Crufts.
Just take my hat off to this guy and this partnership. They really have been so consistent over the last couple of days. As I say, just love it, love it, love it.
Confirmation then, James Adams and Willow. Number 1, Ashley Butler. Ashley Butler, a fine round from Ashley, just a fraction of a second or so slower than James. Liz Carpenter in the top 3, and we will round off the complete result for you as well. First of the intermediate dogs. Stephen Seal first in the jumping, with Fleck, Border Collie from Leicester. Really proud that Fleck has qualified for Crufts. First of 5 intermediate dogs, this. Stephen Seal and Fleck. Bit of hesitation at the end of the dog walk, but still in good order. A-frame good.
Yep, Steve knows he's got to go for it. We've got some very quick, evenly matched dogs out of the 5 that are coming in, so he's got to go first. He's got to make a decision. Do I go for it and risk it, or do I put in a steady one and hope that everybody else makes some mistakes? But he's doing fantastically well at the moment. Can he make the seesaw? Yes, he can. Over the jump. Oh, what a great time. 30.494 for Steve Seal.
30.494 for Steve Seal and Fleck, and a clear one too. There was a horrible moment when they faced each other at the far end of the course, but all well in the end.
Full of enthusiasm, the dog having an absolutely fantastic time. Finishes and says, "Where's my toy?"
Sian Illingworth and Image, very successful over the years. 10 this month for Border Collie, likely to be Image's last. Crufts, oh, I thought they missed the end of the dog walk. Missed the contact point there. What about the A-frame? Yet safely made that contact. Tight left-hander over the irons into that tunnel. Doesn't stay long in there. Good entry from the right-hand side into the weaves. Tail flapping, trying to make up time. It's really quick. Shame about those fourth. Climax of the round. Finale. Seesaw is good. And over the Kennel Club jump at the end. Very, very tidy. 31.3. Second place.
Very tidy. The dog's 10 now. She knows she's got to push. And then, unfortunately, that's probably one of the easiest decisions that Hannah Banks is going to have to make today.
Missed that by a mile, that one. Gamble, Border Collie, 4 years of age. Handler Stephen Richardson in really good form. Runners-up in the jumping. Looking to be around the 30-second mark and clear. Flying over the dog walk, contact at the end as well. Quickest start to a round that we have seen so far. Really sprinting between the obstacles. That's good speed through the weaves as well. Excellent this from Gamble and Stephen Richardson. Clock ticking away. It could well be inside 30 this. Sprint towards the end. It is indeed 29.9 for Stephen Richardson and Gamble. Number 1 at the moment.
He just went for it. I mean, hats off to him. He took the risk, took the chance, and he just went for it. Brilliant, well deserved.
Zing, the Border Collie, 6 years of age. The handler is Alan Wildman. He's been in good form over the last couple of days. He'll need to be in good form here. 3rd in the agility. The time to beat 29.9. There's no time for dawdling here, and Zing, the Border Collie, is not hanging around either. Great contact at the end of the A-frame. Really good this from Zing. They're not going to fail wondering here, that is for sure. They're giving this an absolute crack, Alan Wildman and Zing. Well up with the clock as well. Into that tunnel. Tight left-hand turn. Need a big finish here. Need the biggest finish of all, really, here. Will they do it? Will they do it? 29.952. They have done it. They've nicked number 1. Amazing.
Oh dear, my word. 0.2 of a second, something like that, Jim.
29.952 plays 29.978. That is close.
Well, great admiration to him. Look at him. He knows. He knows.
Last dog, Natasha Wise, world champion. with Pebbles, 9-year-old Border Collie. Agility winner, 3rd in the jumping. Got to get in the 29s, got to keep it clean, got to keep it clear, and they're going to have a real good go at it. This is absolutely thrilling agility that we're seeing here on the 2nd day of Crufts 2022. Brilliant so far, this from Pebbles. No time to lose. Tight right-hander through the tunnel. Over that jump, twisting on the left-hander as well. It's going to be very close. It's going to be a blink of a second for Pebbles and Natasha. It's so close. 29.2. Get on in. Fantastic. Oh, the last dog takes it. They deserve to celebrate there. Natasha Wise and Pebbles. What a performance right at the end in the 29s. 3 of them in the 29 seconds, divided by a blink of an eye, Graham. Absolutely outstanding.
Amazing. It's not often I'm struggling for words, but my admiration for all 3, and especially Natasha. She's tremendously experienced. She's just made up her mind that she was going to go for it, and I think the top 3, just hats off. Congratulations, guys. Best agility I've seen for a while.
Well, Natasha, what an absolutely incredible performance that was. We can see from the smile of your face what it meant to you. The audience here are going crazy. How was it?
Oh, she's just amazing. The course was favoured us. It's a good speed course. I risked the dog walk then. I have a stop dog walk. I chose the running dog walk, and it came to good. So I was so pleased with her. She's 1 in a million. Thank you.
Can we talk about Pebbles for just a second? What does this incredible dog mean to you?
Just the world. Her eye is fun. She likes to watch lots of things, so it keeps me on my toes. But she works her heart out for me. I'm so proud of her.
Well, we all thought it was absolutely fantastic. Crufts made a minute of a massive round of applause for Pebbles and Natasha.
Well, they had so much of those interviews from Radzi out there. Had so much, and great images of Pebbles, and well done, Natasha. What a victory that was. So close, those top 3, Natasha, Alan Wildman and Stephen Richardson, all in the 29. Stephen Seal 4th, and Sean Illingworth in the top 5. Brilliant competition. First of the 5 large dogs. Now this could be great as well. We're looking at Nara Cuddy and Lemon in great form. Winners of the agility, 5-year-old Border Collie, and quickly into their work. And great pace here as well. Good contact at the end of the A-frame. Excellent over the IAM's jump there. Weaves not causing a problem. This is a good time, and it is faultless thus far. Have to turn sharp left. Here's the finale coming up. And this is good, and this is in the 29s as well. I think we're seeing now you've got to be under 30 seconds to triumph here, and a real great start to this competition, Graham.
Definitely. Nara is in form at the moment. She really is. But we've got some fantastic dogs to come, and here comes another one now, Jim.
Yep. That is Fernie Nigella and Shannon Springford, winners of the jumping. You might remember, if you're with our coverage on Thursday, Shannon competed on Thursday with Gift, 4-year-old Border Collie. It's a flying start from Fernie Nigella, flying over the dog walk too. My goodness me, there's some pace out there at the moment. Go on, Graham.
Well, I'm not sure if I can, really. I'm just so engrossed in this. It's amazing. They're all just going for it. I mean, that's the only word to say. Look at that, in and out those moving poles in a flat. Now she wants to really have a tight turn here, but she's got to just tip the seesaw. Just steady the dog up, steady it up. Yes, oh, well done. Oh, amazing.
Into the 28s, into the 28s. Well, I don't know about steadying the dog up there. That dog, Fernie Nigella, outstanding and brilliantly handled by Shannon Springfield. Shannon Springford as well. Applause from Hannah Banks, our judge, deserve it, and from everybody around the arena too. This is Snooze, the Border Collie. Martin Reed, the handler. And they know they're going to have to be very quick, very accurate. And they've started off well too. Martin trying to get a bit of extra pace there out of Smooth. hang around, can't make a mistake. This is really compelling and unforgiving competition that we're seeing here. No time lost going to the tunnel. Tight left-hander for the finish. It's going to be a very good time, this as well, for Martin and for Snooze, right the way through to the end. 29.8. And that's third place, would you believe? 29.8.
Any other day, that could easily have won this competition. You've got to feel a little bit sorry for Martin, but at the moment, you know, I mean, what can he do? He did his best.
Agent is ready to go. Sian Illingworth, third in the agility. Sian Illingworth, third in the agility, these two. 6-year-old, 28s and 29s the time, and clear for the top three.
And you know that Sian won't take any prisoners either. Here we go, come on. Running dog walk, yes. You've got to have a running dog walk these days to get in these positions. Up and over the A-frame. Now she's got to get the dog through the gap, round the back of the IAMS jump, and she'll turn right-handed now into the tunnel. Got to get the dog focused on the weaving pole so it picks it up. Nicely done. Sharp right turn into the tunnel. Yes, now looking for a sharp turn here. Brilliant. Come on, Sian, move.
This is good. This is really good, you know. This could be the best of the lot. 29.5. 29.5. It's good, but it's only good enough for third place. Such a tremendous round from Sian Illingworth and Agent. Brilliant. Look at those pictures going through the weaves.
Flat out.
Last to go. Young dog this, Dalton Meredith and Clippy, 3-year-old border collie. First time at Crufts, second in the jumping and the agility. A huge task in front of the 3-year-old Clippy. What speed that is over the dog walk. Now, this has been the quickest opening 10 seconds, I think. Can Clippy maintain that? Can she maintain it? Crashing through the tunnel. Great sound effects there. Great images going through the weaves as well. Up in that tunnel on the far side. It's going to have to be a tight turn. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 0. Oh, so close, so close. 29 dead, second place. What a competition. We told him it was going to be good. I didn't expect this, Graham, I'll be honest with you.
No, did I? I mean, it's only Saturday, Jim, and I think I've almost peaked already with excitement. I
got news for you, pal. It's Friday. You have peaked with excitement.
Oh, is it? I'm that excited about what we've just seen and what we're showing to the public at large. I just absolutely cannot believe it. Hats off. But we should just very quickly mention Hannah Banks' great course allowed us to see dogs at their best.
Here's the result then. Look at that, 28, 29, 29, 29, 29. It's a shame to pick a winner, almost. Shannon Springford picking the winner on this Friday afternoon. Oh.
So here we are. The presentations are probably one of the most exciting Crufts singles competitions that it's been my pleasure to witness. Really, really first class what's been going on here. So really, really brilliant. So to present the awards, we've got Mr. John Howie from UMove, who's sponsor of the agility. And here we are, Lauren Langman in first place. Very well done to her.
That one? Then this one. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And the runner-up is Katrina Hans.
And the runner-up was Katrina Hans. Very exciting final again for the smalls. Always going to be difficult to beat Blink on that type of course. Very quick. And Sarah Pilkington is in third place. Well done to her.
Thank you. And moving on to the mediums. The winner of the Crufts singles medium final is James Adams, an agility champion.
And the winner of the medium is James Adams. Well done, James. He's had an absolutely fantastic couple of days here.
Cheers, thank you.
And the runner-up, Ashley Butler.
And the runner-up was, after a very closely fought competition, Ashley Butler. So well done to her. Fantastic competition.
And third place is Liz Carpenter with Mosley Wood.
And then Liz Carpenter in third place. She's very, very pleased. Competing there in blue and yellow.
And the winner of the intermediate
moving into
final
the intermediate, and as I say,
Natasha
probably
Wise,
had to be the final of the day for me. Very well deserved. Natasha Wise picking up first place there. Absolutely brilliant competition.
Alan Wildman,
and Alan Wildman, you can see the smile on his face. Very pleased with his what's gone on.
And in third place was Stephen Richardson.
Gave it everything. Did the best he could, and as I say, any other day, any of the next few people could have won these competitions.
Coming on to our large final of the Crufts singles, the winner, Shannon Springford, with Customer Love is gifted at
Shannon Springford winning the large. Absolutely fantastic. Look at her. She is she's not smiling as much, but I think she's really, really emotional about the weekend that she's had here. And very closely followed by Dalton Meredith. Fantastic performance by all of these. I say, my hats off, admiration, great respect to all of them. And Nara Cuddy was third. Who'd have put money on Nara Cuddy finishing third? But it was that tight. It really was. What a brilliant, brilliant competition it's been. I hope you've all enjoyed it at home. It really has been great entertainment.
Lap of Honour time!
And there we go for a very, very well-deserved lap of honour. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we're going to see you tomorrow for some more absolutely fantastic agility.
From the moment they melt your heart, through every moment of life together, protect your bond with a lifetime policy from Agria Pet Insurance, awarded the UK's most trusted pet insurer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the final of the Kennel Club Breeders' Competition, promoted by the Kennel Club and sponsored by Agria Pet Insurance in association with our dogs.
This year, the Crufts Breeders' Competition comprises of a maximum of 40 breeders' teams and has been run on a point system whereby all qualifiers have been accumulating points throughout the year at the United Kingdom's General and Group Championship shows. Today, we have the top point scorers competing for the overall winner of this Kennel Club competition. However, due to late withdrawals, there'll be 34 teams.
So before our breeders' team finalists enter the main ring, it is my pleasure to introduce the judge for the grand final of this competition. one of the United Kingdom's well-known judges who has enjoyed much success with breeding and showing his Jasmine pointers, Basenji and Bull Mastiffs. He has a long experience of judging breeds and has judged all over the world and extensively throughout the United Kingdom. He is a long-serving member of the Kennel Club Board, Secretary of Richmond Dog Show and Chairman of the Kennel Club Judges Committee. He's approved to award challenge certificates in 69 breeds across 5 groups, and he's of course a championship group and best in show judge. So please give a very warm welcome to Dr. Ron James. Escorted into the ring by Mr. Tony Alcock, MBE, Chairman of the Kennel Club.
And now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the Kennel Club Breeders' Competition Final. Now this, if you haven't seen it before, is a real spectacle coming to you live from the main arena here at Crufts 2022. Now I'm joined in the commentary box by Frank Kane. Frank, tell us a little bit about what we're going to see.
Well, it's one of the most prestigious prizes for breeders. It's to show that their evenness and quality throughout their breeding stock. So we'll see breeders with teams of 4 dogs, which they've bred, coming in. The judge will be assessing them for not only breed type and quality, but for evenness, homogeneity across the group.
So first in, we have the Newfoundlands. And second, the Acna Canadian Eskimo dogs.
And now from the pastoral group, the Australian Shepherd dog.
And coming in now, a very, very good-looking team of Australian Shepherds. Blue merles and a tricolour there.
Followed by the
They're
Belgian
followed
Shepherd
in
dog,
by
Groenendael.
the Belgian Shepherd dog Groenendael, also from the pastoral group.
And now the breeders' team of Border Collie.
Now, big cheers, I think, for the Border Collies. We've seen them working very successful, and here they are from the Goitre kennel. Famous kennel, been very successful in the breed.
Next in, we have the Pyrenean Mountain Dogs.
The Lisjovia kennel, and 3 of them there.
And also from the pastoral group, the Swedish Valhunds.
Another from the pastoral group, the Swedish Valhunds.
The Eriks Fjord kennel of Miss Stewart, Miss Patterson.
And now we move to the terrier group. Please welcome.
Now we're moving on to the representatives from the terrier group. Here we have the Holborn Irish Terriers.
A rather sedate pace coming across the ring. The evenness is the only colour in which the Irish Terriers appear, this rich red colour. Here's the smooth-coated, the Manchester Terriers.
So they are Mr. and Mrs. Knight's Talonors.
And they look like peas in a pod, don't they? And that's one of the things that you want, the evenness in type.
Oh, wonderful outfits here. So these are the Parson Russell Terriers, Mr. and Mrs. Newport.
Are the Scotties.
And here comes the black Scotties, the tartan sashes on their handlers.
The outfits are one of the treats, aren't they, here? And we've got the soft-coated Wheaton Terriers, bringing the glitz and glamour.
Now we move to the hound group. Please welcome the Basset Griffon Vendian.
There's a lot of glitter there, isn't there? Yes, and here's something more working like the Petit Basset Griffon Vendian.
So these are our first representatives from the hound group.
And don't they look smart and very even indeed? Look at them, all the same shape, and so are these. This is a clever combination. Red miniature smooth Dachshunds contrasting with the outfits of the handlers.
It's not often we talk about fashion here, but that is a lovely match. Something a little bit bigger now. We might have a slight run in here. Here we've got the Deerhounds. These are the Packway hounds.
From this group, the Rhodesian Ridgebacks.
And here, striding in the Rhodesian Ridgebacks.
And now we move to the utility group.
So moving on, we've got the utility group. First in, instantly recognisable, we have this team of Dalmatians.
And these come from Northumberland, Mr. and Mrs. Pearson with the Calevra.
They're followed by the German
Dalmatians.
Spitz-Mittel.
So these have been followed in by the German Spitz-Mittel, also from the utility group.
And the breeders' team,
a group of sable-coloured,
Shiba Inu.
identical in type, and so are the handlers actually. And look at this, and more. It's a Scottish.
The miniature poodle
must have some Scottish loyalty from these breeders for the Japanese Shiba Inu.
I hope he has something under that kilt. That's all I've got to say. Here we have the miniature poodles coming in.
A group of browns, yes.
So first from the toy group here, these are the Coton de Tulier.
And we welcome the Pomeranians.
Now, look at these Pomeranians coming in. They look like little Jaffas on legs, don't they? Here they come.
They are beautiful, aren't they?
And the next group we see are
taking
the
their
pugs.
time. So here we have the pugs.
A very smart selection from Mr. Story's Rodenash. A lot of champions in the breed for this kennel.
And again, some lovely matching jackets coming in there. So we're moving on to our gun dogs. First of our gun dogs is these Hungarian Vizslas.
And that's the Vizlanya kennel of Mr. and Mrs. Chalice. And another group of Hungarian Vizslas is coming in now. Mr. and Mrs. Sutherland's Camlocken kennel.
Followed by the 10-shilling pointers, owned by Mrs. O'Neill.
And they're worth more than 10 shillings. They always have lovely quality.
I don't know what that
here,
is,
I can tell you.
Frank. Not a clue.
And here, the flat-coated retrievers.
A smart group there.
Jenny Griffiths there leading her team in.
Always popular here, we have the Labrador Retrievers.
And in comes the first team of Nova Scotia Duck-Tolling Retrievers.
And there, the Nova Scotia Duck-Tolling Retrievers, the very smart red and white dogs, those little white feet, how even they look, absolutely.
Well, it looks like they're going to keep coming, because we've got three groups of them.
Groups of them. They're gaining lots of popularity. They're a lovely breed.
So this is our final group of duck tollers.
And they're followed by the team of Welsh Springer Spaniels.
And here come some very stylish Welsh Springer Spaniels. Very colourful jackets, but the dogs themselves, this lovely rich chestnut and white.
Out of the 40 that qualified for this competition. Obviously not here.
So, Frank, these dogs have got here by qualifying and accruing points, haven't they?
Yes, the qualifying heats at General Championship Show and Group Championships throughout the year. They get points when they're placed. They amass the points. The top ones are invited to Crufts.
And there's nothing like this, is there? It really is. Since it was introduced, it really is a spectacle.
Yes, and I mean, how many dogs do you think there are in this? About 150 dogs in the big ring at the moment.
The most that you're ever going to have at one time, probably.
Marvellous spectacle.
So our judge for this is Dr. Ron James. He's really well known, isn't he, Frank?
Well, he's a famous breeder of pointers, the Jasmine pointers. He's also on Basenjis. He's judged the gun dog group at Crufts before, and he's judges a lot of breeds. That's Dr. Ron James, a veterinary by profession, yes?
So he will have looked at these dogs and prejudged them, won't he? Because this is a big job to do.
And we would stress that the handlers' outfits have nothing to do with the placing. The judge is looking at the dogs. He's looking at them for the quality in their breed type. He'll have looked at them as a little team, and also that they're even. There's no mismatches amongst them. They're all of the same type, same shape, and all moving well.
So although the outfits are nice, they aren't to detract from the dogs, which is what we're here for and what's been judged.
But it helps to make a nice spectacle in this big ring, doesn't it? Yes. So he'll have looked, remembering what he's seen at close quarters. The Welsh Springers.
Have you judged this competition, Frank? Is
it
quite difficult?
No. Well, I have judged it. I've judged it abroad as well. So it is. I mean, the quality is. Breeders are very proud of their stock and want to compete. And getting dogs, 4 of them, at this top level is a wonderful achievement. Just going around looking at their heads and expressions for evenness.
So a lot of the dogs in each team will be relatives of one another, won't they? Siblings or parents and
that's right. Sire and Dam and the siblings, as you say.
3 or 4 exhibits from the same breed, and must have one handler per dog.
These teams of Vizslas look very closely matched, don't they? And that marvellous set of pugs there.
And the Poms as well.
The Abercalthera's Poms, they've been very successful. They were placed in the final last year. Just look at those. Look at that little round ball of fur on legs. It's wonderful. So alert. There's the distinctive top line of the Coton de Touliard. The curve over the top line. Brown poodles.
I'm still not sure why we have tartan with the Japanese Chibarinu, but
they must come from Scotland.
They must do.
Yes, breeders from Scotland. Stuart Pearson with his team of Calevra black-spotted Dalmatians.
These are breeders that are responsible, having
striking set of Rhodesian Ridgebacks.
That their breeds are bred to be healthy,
and what a good impression these made. These red miniature smooths coming in.
making sure they're health checked, reared and socialised responsibly.
And why, Frank, why as a breeder is it so important to have that continuity of type?
Well, it's what, you know, they breed to the breed standard, and you know, you're only going to win if you get dogs of the highest quality, and they take pride in breeding quality dogs that not only they can win with, but other exhibitors can buy them, introduce them to the show world, and then win with them as a team. That's a wonderful achievement for a breeder, in which they take great pride. Now, walking down, there's those always eye-catching, the Australian Shepherds, the Belgian Shepherd dog, Groenendales, then there's statuesque Pyrenean mountain dogs from the Lisjovia kennel, the workmanlike, and there's a wonderful look, that Irish, giving him the dirty look, as they call it in the Irish Terrier breed. Yes. These very smart black and tan Manchester Terriers and the Parson Russell, so workmanlike.
So the breeds have been stood in their group, so as you go around the ring you can see the gun dogs all together. And he's going to select a shortlist now.
And this will be a hard job, I can tell you, because there's a lot of good groups in here.
So the Newfoundlands, they were first into the ring, so Gunner's New.
Yes, Gunner's New kennel. Mr. and Mrs. Baldock.
The Lisjovia Pyrenean Mountain Dogs.
So second up we have the Pyrenean Mountain Dogs, Lisjovia, from the Pastoral Group.
There's only 3 of them. Some of the teams have 4, but as long as they've got a group of at least 3 dogs. And these are all Blaireau marked. That fawn in the coat there, this biscuit-coloured markings, we call that Blaireau marking, yeah?
Parson Russell Terriers coming in now. Digger-Den, they are.
Digger-Den, that's a good name for a Parson Russell, isn't it? Yes.
So the next team to be selected for the shortlist is the Dalmatians.
Those Dalmatians. Calevra. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes,
Frank?
Calevra, yes.
Yep.
From the toy group, please step forward.
From Washington.
Coton de Tuileries.
Near Newcastle.
Those Coton de Tuileries from the toy group.
And of our toy group representatives, the Rodenash Pugs.
There you are, that team of lovely pugs coming in. The Rodenash, Mr. and Mrs. Story, breeders.
And from the gun dog group,
who's going to come from the gun dogs?
The flat-coated retrievers.
The flat-coated retrievers.
And this is Jenny Campbell's kennel, and some of the viewers might know Jenny because she was occasionally a dragon in Dragon's Den. So this is her other passion in breeding flat-coated retrievers.
Probably not how she made her money, just a guess.
But she was looking so forward to competing here. She'll be delighted to be in the last shortcut here.
And then we have the centre of our Nova Scotias, so that's the Usanit kennel.
Usanit, yes, that's right. My friends have a dog from them, and he's a most wonderful pet, Roxy Bear they call him, and it looks like a teddy bear, yes. And there we are. And there's our shortlist. What a wonderful spectacle for the people in the stadium here. Big crowd for a Friday. This arena makes a wonderful spectacle for a competition like this.
It's great to have the space, isn't it? I mean, there's very few places where you could get them all together.
As the main ring is clear, all our breeders' teams in the shortlist will be moved again by Dr. Ron James.
And of course, when we get to Sunday, we'll have Best in Show in this arena, and that's one of the great spectacles of the dog world.
The all-important decision.
There's Dr. James, deep in concentration.
Kennel Club competition.
Now we're going to see them as a group going round. Now this is where we'll get coordination in movement, right?
So the first of our shortlist to be seen is the Newfoundlands. These are all bred today by Mrs. C and Mr. D. Baldock, and come from the Gunner.
Now giving instructions. He's going to watch them. Coordinated moving. He's going to look at the dog's rear movement as they drive away from him. Looking for firm hindquarters, using their hocks well. Nice coordinated dressage turn there. And here they come in. He's looking at the front action there. So it's not just a sort of superficial look. We're looking for soundness and breed type and even quality. There we are. That's Claire and Darren Baldock's kennel. It's Claire Handling and Dawn Milburn, Sarah Farrell and Mandy Black in the team there.
So our next group is the Pyrenean Mountain Dogs. Just wait for those Newfoundlands to finish their slow motion running. And here we are, on to a team of 3 here. We have the Pyrenean Mountain Dogs. So these are owned by Mr. and Mrs. Holmes.
Now, majestic breed. They should have, you know, some leg length. They were flock guards. They have to be imposing, but also should have a degree of elegance in them. That's a lovely pigmentation on the faces.
Been showing for 28 years and breeding for the same.
And the dogs, obviously great friends, looking at each other. Aren't we having a good time?
Are we going to cause some trouble? Yes.
That's the Jovia Pyrenean Mountain Dog.
And round they go. See the middle dog getting the tail right over the back. That's good to see. It's called making the wheel.
So next to come into the centre of the ring, wonderful outfits here. We have the Parson Russell Terriers. So Digaden, we like this name, don't we, Frank?
Certainly, and they're a very successful kennel. And of course, they also work their dogs so they're really fit for function. Parson Russell will see the best of breed winner later in the group, but here they are, working terriers, strong skull and strong muzzle.
Apparently they also compete in agility, which is nice. Good to see dogs.
And they can be smooth-coated and broken-coated. That's a mixture of rough and smooth hair. They're the Digaden Parson Russells. A little bit of the hunting outfit in them there, isn't there, in this their image?
It is.
Striding out, very smart.
This is the Digaden Parson Russell Terrier Breeders Group, bred by Mr. and Mrs. S. Newport.
So next into the centre, we have the Dalmatians.
3 black-spotted Dalmatians. The breed also comes in liver-spotted, but they've kept the black-spotted for identical matching here. Out they go, these carriage dogs striding out well. That's Stuart with his wife Carol in the middle and Miss Scarlett Burnside helping them to make up the team. And the dogs are Gloria, Patsy and Guy. Yes, there we are.
Brilliant names.
Dalmatians.
There's a lovely move with this back one, really stretching out, striding out well.
It must take a lot of practice to get them coordinated at the same pace.
You imagine them practicing in the garden at home.
Yes,
yes.
So here we have our first selection from the toy group. This is the Coton de Toulier. So these are owned by Mr. and Mrs. Scott. From Yorkshire, so your neck of the woods. Do you know them well, Frank?
Well, it's the Cool Cotton Kennel, and I know some of the handlers, so there's a nice picture. Smart handlers, the dogs looking very similar. The Coton de Toulier has this rise over the loin, and then the tail carried higher. It's a single-coated breed. Lots of work goes into getting the dogs look like this.
They aren't a specialism of mine. To me, they really do look very identical, I've got to say.
There they go, and see the top line there, the tail carried over the back.
So the Coton de Toulier is there from the toy group.
It is a long way around that ring for small legs.
What do they call a group of pugs? A puggle, do you think?
A puggle. We're going to call it a puggle, Frank. That's what we're calling it.
Look how identical they look, standing firm. They're dark masks.
Supposed to come round, the Cotons.
They're fine.
And now we'll see
fawn
the
coats.
This is the Rodenash group
and off
of
they go.
Bred by Mrs.
Kath Story, the breeder on this side. Her helpers for the day, Sian Hindle and Gemma Holm and Victoria Hill. They come from Oswald Twistle in Lancashire. And the pugs are called Olive, Stella, Gloria and Bertie. Yes. So,
pugs.
And they've got a mix there, haven't they, of dogs and bitches, yes, which is nice to see.
It's Bertie with his harem, I think, yes.
So the pugs there from the toy group. Moving on now to our first of the shortlisted gun dogs. These are the flat-coated retrievers.
From the gun dog group, the breeders group of flat-coated retrievers.
Roanvorg, they are, owned by Jenny Campbell.
And Jenny's on this side, and she's helped by people who have partnerships in her dogs, and she's bred the dogs for them.
So 3 of them are siblings, it says here, Winnie, Wizard and Barney, and they were created the night before the first lockdown. So they probably didn't have the most normal start to their show careers.
And of course that applies to lots of dogs in the last 2 years. They've been to very few shows.
Yeah, my own dog never had a puppy career, so... But these very smart set, and the flat coats always look beautiful under the lights in the main arena, don't they?
And very happy. They're the happiest of the retrievers, and always lashing that tail from side to side.
And the next group lined up to move, the last of this shortlist.
So the last of our shortlist here.
And here are the Nova Scotia duck-tolling retrievers of Mrs. and Miss Westwood from Wolverhampton, the Usenet kennel. Nara, Fern, Toffee and Harley are representing the kennel. They've been 35 years breeding this, and so very successful. They've had several champions, and Mrs. Westwood has judged the breed at Crufts in the past. What a lovely even set. Look at the little white tips on the tail, one of the breed features, white on their feet, and this wonderful expression in their conical wedge-shaped head.
Brilliant
a lovely
family
breed.
pets, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, and it's the smallest of the retrievers, so if you thought the Labrador and the Golden Retrievers are a bit big for you, this is a great breed for you, and great characters.
So a really lovely shortlist there. 8 sets for our final of the Kennel Club Breeders' Competition. This really is a really prestigious award to win.
The awards in place.
So our judge, Dr. Ron James, taking a look.
Just for him to make that
What do you think, Frank? Anything catch your eye?
Well, I think that there's a lot of... It could go anywhere here. I think the pugs look well, the Newfoundland looks well, the Dalmatians very evenly matched and good movers.
I like those Coton de Toulier.
There.
And the Novas, I think they're all good. It's a strong selection.
And very even. The black silhouettes of the flat-coated retrievers looking very stylish. They're the raciest of the retrievers, so they've got these flowing lines and that lovely set of Nova Scotia duck tollers. Well, where's he going to go?
Well, he's pulled in the board, so it's time.
I think, Judge.
It's the Dalmatians. Stuart Peace and his wife, but the Culebra Dalmatians win the Agria Breeders' Competition here. They'll be very delighted with that, I can tell you.
Mr. and Mrs. Pearson.
Ah, there's the Newfoundlands coming out.
The
Gunners Newfs. Mr. and Mrs. Baldock there from the working group.
Down we go. The Pugs, the Rodenash Pugs in 3rd place.
And the last position's going to go to those beautiful Nova Scotia duck tolling
retrievers. Oh, that's fantastic. They're using it, Nova Scotia duck tollers. They don't have far to go home tonight to Wolverhampton. And they'll be coming back, I'm sure, on Sunday for the gun dog judging.
Place, the Usenet duck tollers, the Nova Scotia duck tolling retrievers.
So again, can I ask you to show your appreciation?
So there we have it, our winners. A beautiful trio of Dalmatians. Mr. and Mrs. Pearson must be absolutely thrilled.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a quick word with our winners here. The Dalmatian team, the Calibras, all the way from Newcastle.
Yeah, something like that.
Congratulations, Stuart. How do you feel topping that amazing competition?
I was happy to be shortlisted, to be honest. It's speechless.
Speechless?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen often, his wife said. So, just tell us a little bit about this breed. Why are the Dalmatians so a fantastic dog to own, live with?
They're a clown dog. Everything's different with them every day. They're nice to live with, energetic.
And you can tell I'm a Dalmatian owner because this one knows that as well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
jumping up at me.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do tonight to celebrate? Obviously, you're going to be showing these guys tomorrow as well.
I know, so it's a bit of a mixed bag because, as you all know, I like to party. And,
yeah, we do know that, Stuart. Well, many congratulations. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of the Breeders' Competition, the Calibra Dalmatians.
And Stuart a little bit tongue-tied there. He's overcome by winning the competition. Looks a bit dazed by it all. Yes, in shock. But what a wonderful achievement for them. Only small breeders keep a handful of dogs, and dogs live as house pets, so that, you know.
It takes a long time to breed if you have that. If they live in your house, they're pets, you know, you can't keep having litters, so to have that continuity, it's a real achievement.
Who will I give this to? It's
So celebrations there for the Culebra team tonight.
Well done, Stuart.
And they'll be back tomorrow, won't they, presumably, to perform in the utility
Yes, the utility group. Yes, they'll be showing tomorrow.
Their breed classes. So not too many.
But this is a good start to the weekend for them, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. I think we might see a lap of honour in a moment when they collect their thoughts and their...
He looks like he doesn't want to do a lap of honour with that trophy, and I completely understand.
The dogs, quite unfazed, all wagging their tails. They've enjoyed this experience, haven't they?
Well, I mean, what we don't realise is a lot of these breeds don't get shown with other breeds, do they? So they go in the Dalmatian classes with the Dalmatians. So to be next to some Newfoundlands is quite exciting as a dog, isn't it?
So enlarging their social circle.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So we really do want to see those Dalmatians move, don't we? I mean, they are carriage dogs. That's where they come alive.
And that's what they're all about, judging them on the move. So... Now.
So can I ask our winners to do the lap of honour? So our audience can show their appreciation to the winner.
Well, that's been a lovely spectacle for the spectators in the arena, seeing all these teams of dogs. And there's the winners, the Dalmatians, striding out as well they should as carriage dogs.
And proof that the outfits don't matter, because theirs are the most simple, probably, of all the outfits. Yeah. So those dogs really have spoken for themselves.
And look at that big ring. You can see that those long strides, very elegant in outline. They were Regency, bred in the Regency period, to run alongside horse-drawn carriages. And what a nice set. And there's the very good Newfoundlands. The lovely pugs.
Slight gap then to the pugs. And the Nova Scotia Duck-Tarling Retrievers bringing up the rear. And that brings us to the end of the Kennel Club Breeders' Competition Finals.
From the moment they melt your heart, through every moment of life together, protect your bond with a lifetime policy from Agria Pet Insurance, awarded the UK's most trusted pet insurer.
I now hand you over to Marina White for the introduction of the Terrier Group.
Thank you very much, Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the judging of the first group on day 2 here at Crufts 2022, the Terrier Group. But before our Terrier Best of Breeds enter the main arena, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our judge. He's been involved in the dog world.
Well, welcome to the first group judging of the evening here at Crufts, where we will decide who from the Terrier Group will go through to Best in Show. And later on, the Hound Group will be judged as well. Now, the Terriers have been the second most successful Best in Show winners over the years of Crufts. Two best in show contenders have already been decided yesterday. The working group and the pastoral group, that's the Siberian Husky and Border Collie. And here comes our judge for the evening, Paul Erdley. Alongside me, Laura Crombie, who's been exhibiting dogs, of course, since you were school age. Laura, what are we going to see here in the terrier group?
I have indeed, and actually so was our judge. He started when he was 7, so even younger than I am. He's been judging since the 70s, and he really is a terrier specialist. So he's had Australian Terriers, Dandy Dinmonts, so really is going to know exactly what he's looking for as our best of breeds start to come in with this Airedale Terrier.
The king of the terriers, the largest of the terrier breeds. Thought to have developed from native British terriers taken to Australia by 19th century settlers.
The Bedlington Terrier.
The distinctive outline there, lamb-like appearance of the Bedlington Terrier.
The Border Terrier.
A real worker, the Border Terrier.
Followed in by the heavyweight of the terrier group. This is the Bull Terrier, always really popular with the crowd here. Having a great time as he comes in there. Yeah, he should be on the left, but he's not. It's fine.
First recognised as a breed in 1943.
So a breed here that's remained remarkably unchanged over the years. This is the Cairn Terrier. Full of attitude there, strutting into the ring.
The Chesky Terrier.
The Chesky is the national dog of the Czech Republic.
The Dandy Dinmont Terrier.
Another that's instantly recognisable. This is the Dandy Dinmont Terrier.
The Smooth Fox Terrier.
Smooth Fox Terrier is the oldest of the Fox Terrier breeds.
The Wire Fox
Followed
Terrier.
in by its close relation, the Wire Fox Terrier. There were 53 of these here today.
The Glen of Imal Terrier.
Only 22 Glen of Imal Terriers at Crufts this year.
Unfortunately, a lot of the terriers are in the vulnerable list, which means that there are very few of them registered.
Irish Terrier.
So followed in by the Irish Terrier. First of the Irish Terriers to receive official recognition when it became a KC breed, 1879.
And the Kerry Blue. It's been 2 best in show winners for Kerry Blue breed, 2019-79.
Followed in by the Lakeland Terrier, as the name suggests, from the Lake District.
The Manchester Terrier.
You can guess where the Manchester Terrier originated from as well. More of a city than a country dog.
The Norfolk Terrier.
Now, I love the next two. So this is the Norfolk. And Ali, I'm going to test you on whether you know the difference in a second.
The Norwich Terrier.
This one's got prick ears.
It has, yes. Very good. I'm impressed.
You've taught me well.
The Parson Russell Terrier.
So here we have the Parson Russell Terrier. 82 of them here today.
The Scottish Terrier.
Now, the Scottish Terrier's got such a distinctive outline. Some fans in the crowd here as well.
The Sealyham Terrier.
Another one that's on the vulnerable list, unfortunately, but here we have the Sealyham Terrier, a Welsh breed.
The Skye Terrier.
Long body for the Skye Terrier, the longest dog
Long
in the group.
coat, long everything, yeah. Giving the floor a nice clean on the way through.
The soft-coated Wheaton Terrier.
Here we have that distinctive golden coat of the soft-coated Wheaton Terrier.
The Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
More than 300 staffies at Crufts this year.
The Welsh Terrier.
Compared to just 34 of the Welsh Terrier.
The West Highland White Terrier.
Most recently, a Best in Show winner in 2016, West Highland White Terrier.
I was round the ring earlier and there's some
And
lovely
the final
dogs.
breed to join us in this terrier group, the Jack Russell Terrier.
And the final one is slightly out of order, but the Jack Russell Terrier there. One of the most recent breeds to be recognised.
And
He's got a lot of fans in the arena as well tonight.
Graham Hill and Kim Stiletto-Beale to take you through the main judging.
Well, the judge here will have a moment to get, well, the first look at what is a real variety of dogs that we've just seen across this terrier group.
There is. So what links them together is that they were originally bred and used for hunting vermin. So vermin of all kinds, fox, badger, rats, otters, and their name comes from the Latin terra. So they go to earth, it literally means earth.
And we'll see some distinct features on a number of these dogs, won't we, which make them fit for purpose.
Exactly, yeah. You'll see some very strong jaws, yes, as we go through.
And terrier-type dogs have been known in the UK since ancient times.
If the terrier would reach into the burrow of a den, it would still indicate the presence of the quarry to the hunter, who would then unearth it by other means.
Many of the group are small to medium-sized dogs.
So our judge is just considering here how each of these best of breeds compares to the breed standard. So the description of the ideal dog for that specific breed. So it's a difficult job. You're trying to recall the breed standard for that individual, but then you're also comparing them to one another to decide which of them is going to be your representative, you're going to back to go through to best in show on Sunday.
Majority are British or Irish through and through. Terriers work in vastly different.
So interesting fact, there's no import register representative in the terrier group because they are mainly all native breeds, so from the UK and from Ireland.
And many of them take a fair amount of work and trimming, don't they?
They do. So actually a lot of them aren't trimmed, they're hand stripped. So you literally pull the coat out by hand. It sounds painful. It isn't painful, I assure you.
Sounds like it would take a long time.
But it does, and you have to keep on top of it every couple of weeks.
Right, first dog to be judged in the terrier group.
Terrier breeds to be seen by Paul Eardley. Comes from Yorkshire, from the Valley of Ayr and Wharfdale, and was originally known as the Waterside Terrier, later the Bingley Terrier.
So here we have the king of the terriers, our best of breed in the Airedales. So this is the largest breed in the terrier group, and it originated in Yorkshire. It was once known as the Waterside Terrier, as it worked the riverbanks helping to tackle vermin, but it's also been used as a tracking and a messenger dog.
Though we refer to the Airedale as the king of terriers, it is in reality.
This is 2-year-old Goldie from Colchester in Essex, and the judges will be looking for a straight and level back, short and strong with a long powerful thighs, and those legs should carry straight forward, moving freely.
Tail carried high there, that's a characteristic of the breed on the move. And I love this here. Apparently wants to be heard and is full of mischief, is how the owner has described Goldie, which is how a terrier should be. You can see that. Look at the face.
Got a little cheeky expression.
Wants to cause
there.
some trouble.
That hard, dense and wiry coat, soft undercoat. 3-year-old Australian Terrier here from Stafford, the Australian Terrier, thought to have been developed from native British Terriers taken to Australia by settlers in the 19th century, and have that rather distinctive ruff around the neck.
Several British terriers, including the Cairn, the Yorkshire, the Skye.
So the judge here is looking for a long head with quite a flat skull, and you can see that silky top knot there. So the neck should be slightly arched and going into a very level top line. Now on the move, I think we can see beautifully here, it should be springy, so powerful, forceful. Obviously it's a small dog, and that tail again held upright. That's something you're going to see on a lot of the terriers. It's characteristic of the group.
And it's the smallest breed entry in the group, only 12 here at Crufts today.
Australian Terrier number 3859.
Wonderfully pricked ears.
And next to see by it is the Bedlington Terrier.
So hailing from the Northumbrian mining town of Bedlington, this is the distinctive outline of the Bedlington Terrier. Now some of the key features are that distinctive arched back and the long head, which gives it a lamb-like appearance. It's excellent at getting rid of vermin, from rabbits to foxes. Its origins are debated, but it's believed to include bull terriers, otterhounds and Dandy Dinmonts.
Nailmakers moved from south of England to North Cumberland, taking with them terriers, so they crossed with local dogs.
Those ears really are distinctive, Laura, aren't they? The tassels on them. What do those ears do? Why is that a breed feature?
So offering some protection to the end of the ears there. And this one is actually a big winner. So came Group 4 at Crufts last time we were here in 2020.
3 years of age, and should have a springing action, and we can see that in the way those legs are lifted and the top line is retained when it's on the move. That can really gallop at quite a high speed when it gets going.
Yes, that's right. It's that distinctive sort of mincing action on this one, and the coat is described as linty, and if you touch it, we would be able to know what that means. But they come in blue, liver or sandy variations.
This was a super entry today of 233 borders.
Just under 2 years old is the Border Terrier here, Nessa from Derbyshire. It's the second biggest breed entry amongst the terrier group this year, over 230 of them. It's a highly adaptable terrier, a real worker.
The breed standard, and the breed remains so. Hugely popular in the country for his games.
The Border Terrier takes its name from the borders of Scotland and Northumberland, where it was developed as a breed around 1880, and it used to help with driving foxes on hunts by springing out from hiding places.
And we talk about being fit for function. The breed standard says this one, in its movement, should seem as if it has the ability to follow a horse, so it really needs some soundness and movement for that.
It's small, but it can, yes. And also, you should be able to span the ribs with your hands, which would help it when it was trying to hide underground.
Yeah, it needs some good hind quarters to help get that speed to follow horses.
So here we have the heavyweight of the terrier group, the Bull Terrier. Descended from a crossing of bulldogs and the White English Terrier, they were a fighting dog, bred in 19th century Birmingham. This is a 15-month-old bitch called Shadow, and she hails from Norfolk.
Well, that unique feature is that egg-shaped head. A little bit of interest in that. The carpet, I think, there as she got going. But that dog really should have a good thrust from those hind legs. You can see that in the movement. A lot of earlier Bull Terriers were white, but in the 20s developed some deafness, and then there was some introduction of colour, but we've got a white one here today.
Just
in
a
Shadow.
Little black marking over the eye there, but yes, they should be strong, muscular, and free and easy on the move, covering the ground with a jaunty air, which I think there, that little cock of the head, you can see that.
And now we see the smaller version, the miniature Bull Terrier. 72 of them.
The miniature Bull Terrier was first recognised as a breed in 1943. Has never won a Best in Show at Crufts, but the judges will be looking for the same substance and soundness as the Bull Terrier, but in a smaller frame.
From the English Bulldog and the now extinct White English Terrier.
Exactly, so that egg-shaped head, we're looking for no hollows or indentations in it, and a short back, a deep chest, well-rounded, plenty of lung room, and then we see there the movement. It's quite characteristic, so the legs are moving parallel, but there's a broad chest, so they're moving in that way. And this one, really young, just 11 months old, so won 6 Best Puppies in Show before, but to make it through to the group at this age, just stopping for a quick sniff, it's really, really, really done well to get here.
4274.
So here we have a breed that's remained remarkably unchanged through the years. This is the Cairn Terrier. They're a native Scottish breed that were used in the West Highlands and the Isle of Skye to help keep down vermin. And they take their name from cairns, which are small rocky outcrops.
Cairn Terriers are closely related to the Scottish.
As it's there presented on the table, it should stand well forward on its forepaws. I think probably that treat is also helping to achieve that as well.
Helps, but yes.
But this is Sid, 2.5 years old.
So as he goes on the move, we should be able to see that he's agile and alert. So workmanlike little dog. Quite a small head, but broad in the top of the skull.
And again, when we talk about the coat, this one should remain and look rugged, shouldn't it? That water resistant.
Exactly. It's all about being weather resistant. These are dogs that will be working outdoors in all conditions.
And the judges will be looking for a really free-flowing stride here. I mean, short legs, but those forelegs really reaching well forward and getting some propulsion from those hind legs as it moves across the green carpet.
Here we see our best of breed Cairn Terrier, 4317.
Best of breed Cairn Terrier there.
And now on the table, we see the very distinctive Chesky Terrier.
The Chesky Terrier is a really distinctive breed, a mild-mannered dog, but it should still be capable of seeing off vermin, being fit for purpose. It is the national dog of the Czech Republic, and this is 2-year-old Nano.
It was developed by geneticist Dr. František Horak through the crossing of Scottish Terriers.
So unlike most of the terriers which we talked about being hand stripped, this one is clipped. So you can see there it's shorter in the back, less rough. And that slight rise to the top line, that's really characteristic of the breed. They should be short-legged and rectangular to look at. And the head should look like a blunt, long triangle from above.
And the breed came about, didn't it, as a cross between a Scottish Terrier and a Sealingham. But certainly that dog, what you were talking before about the grooming, the clipping is much easier to handle than hand stripping.
Than trying to hand strip, yes, definitely. And you can see characteristics of those two breeds when you look at the Chesky.
And Nano's come all the way from Bologna in Italy. We had one international winner last night, making it through to Best in Show. Wonder whether we'll have another tonight.
And this one a former world winner, so could be in with a chance here today. So that wonderful silky top knot here of our best of breed Dandy Dinmont Terrier. There were 57 of them here today, and they're characterised by a weasel-like body with that slightly curving top line that you'll see. They were developed in Scotland and the border counties.
This breed was its name to Sir Walter Scott's novel of 1815, Guy Mannering.
Yeah, that body shape is said to be weasel-like, and you can see that, can't you, in the shape on top of the table there. Now, the name of this dog, the pet name is Hoodwink, 3 years old, and it said that Hoodwink is a true showman, and that does help in the ring, doesn't it, when the judge is looking for that X factor when it comes to choosing shortlists and indeed winners. He's deciding he's going to own the space there.
Exactly, and this, I love that the fact that this is the only breed that has permission to wear a Scottish clan tartan. So if he should wish, he may do that.
And also, we've got, again, the ears. Just see it moving there. The little tassels on the end, similar to the Bedlingham.
Exactly. And a similar double coat there, so really harsh. You've got soft linty undercoat and then that crisp outer coat. This one moving really nicely.
And the next dog we see on the table is
a real feature of the smooth Fox Terrier is the long head and the short back. It's the oldest of the Fox Terrier breeds, and this one's 18 months old, named Quickie. That's the pet name, all the way from Aberdare in South Wales.
The smooth fox has been called the gentleman of the terrier world.
So these dogs should be short-backed, but they should cover the ground as they stand, and you can see that there on the table as this dog's standing. So this is actually 18 months old. Again, another young one. This is a bitch, and she is from South Wales, and she became a champion today. So even if they don't get anything in the group, I think it's been a very successful day. So they're looking here, the judge, for a really flat, smooth and dense coat, and white is always the predominant colour.
And his hind legs should be carried straight forward and parallel.
And was used to work with hands for drawing
Fox Terriers first shown at Islington in London back in 1862. But then, 11 years later, the Birmingham Dog Show had over 250 entries, and the first breed standard drawn up in 1876, and the first ever Fox Terrier Club of England was formed.
Sadly, numbers have dwindled, so we just had 50 of them here today. So here we have the close relative of the smooth Fox Terrier. This is the wire Fox Terrier. Now, they were originally used to drive foxes out of hiding places, so they came in smooth, rough and broken coated varieties, and wires were given separate classes from the 1870s. They should show perfect balance in conformation, and they should be as tall as they are long in their body.
And sadly as well, the breed hasn't been as popular now as it used to be, but there are actually more wire-haired terriers here this year than smooth. Numbers quite similar.
Slightly, yeah.
53 to 50. Yeah. the wires have it.
So this one, 2-year-old bitch, and she's here from Belgium. Looks like she's only done a couple of shows so far. And her name's Spicy.
Well, they've got a lot of style and character, so maybe spicy personality and style for our wire Fox Terrier. There's been 3 wire Fox Terriers best in show in the 60s and the 70s.
There has, yeah. For the relatively low numbers, they've done very well. So we're looking here, legs moving straight and parallel.
We see the Glen of Imal Terrier. They were judged today by
the Glen of Imal Terrier. Only 22 of them at Crufts here this year. And a key feature is can't quite see there, but those slightly bowed front legs, which is said to help them drag up badgers from their set. Again, that sense of being fit for the dogs and the breed's original purpose, and it's said to be a fearless and tenacious breed.
So we talked earlier about the powerful jaw, and this is a dog that should have a powerful foreface that grab those badgers and try and drag them out when they found them. There should be a slight rise that we can just see there in the top line, so slightly rising to the loin, and they're covering the ground effortlessly as they move.
This is Izzy, 4.5 years old, from Hereford. It's quite a docile breed, although, as you said, yeah, courageous when it's called into action, and needs to be agile. And it keeps pretty silent when it gets into working mode as well.
And another that's become become a champion today with her best of breed.
First timer, good
yeah.
to see.
So here we have that beautiful colour of the Irish Terrier. So this was the first of the native Irish breeds to become an official breed, and it was registered in 1879. They're known for that bright red coat, but in the early days there were mixed colours. Selective breeding helped to establish them as a key feature of the breed.
It's said, Laura, that the colour sometimes gives the breed a reputation of having a fiery spirit and a sort of daredevil nature. Is that true?
That's very true, yeah. It's a bit like Ginger Spice was in the Spice Girls. I think she's the Ginger Spice of the group, but I don't think it's necessarily true. This one looks pretty laid back today.
Just wait until we see it in a Union Jack jacket at some point. But loves human company, a good-tempered animal, really. And can look a bit more, I suppose, much more streamlined than other terriers, but recognised as a pedigree all the way back in 1879. And this is Donny, who is 4 years old, from Staffordshire.
And that coat, obviously we talked about the colour, but it should be really harsh and wiry and feel quite crisp when you touch it.
Irish Terrier, 4621.
The next dog is being judged by Paul Eardley.
Over 100 Jack Russell Terriers at Crufts this year. Only recognised by the Kennel Club in 2016. It's a working terrier of great character. It should be really lively, alert and active, and the coat can be smooth, broken or rough.
Recent addition to the terrier group at Crufts, here at Crufts.
So these are mischievous little dogs, but one of the key things that the judge will just have checked is that you can span behind the elbows with two hands, and again that's to aid it as it would be going underground. So it should be unrestricted and free striding on the move. It's a small dog, but you'll see it should be able to cover the ground really well. And as I said before, the tail on the terriers, this one should be carried really high and proud. Look at that.
Really enjoying
personality.
I don't think it stopped moving. That neck wants to be really strong and clean, and the ability to carry the head proudly, which I think we're seeing there. And long enough to protect the feet, of course, when it would have been working below ground. Another sense of being fit for purpose.
Exactly, and although these were originally developed in Australia, they're actually descended from British and Irish Terriers that were taken over there by expats to help keep vermin down.
And the next breed to be seen by
the characteristic coat there of the Kerry Blue Terrier Best of Breed winner. So as we've said, the place and origin and the colour of the coat give this breed its name. It was used to cull rats, and it's brilliant at hunting in rivers, where it was also used to kill otters. First shown in Ireland in 1913 when it was known as the Blue Irish Terrier. Puppies are born black and change to blue when they're about 18 months old.
sheepdog has become the national breed of Ira.
This one's been a Spanish champion. Pet name is Justin, 3.5 years old. That really distinctive feature is that long, lean head, and the coat wants to be soft and silky to the touch. Of course, that beard just gives such a wonderful, characteristic expression.
Blowing in the breeze as he moves round.
That wonderful head carriage, and the tail held high and really striding out.
This one's moving really nicely. They should be free and powerful, and you can see that one driving there as he moves. And they can be any shade of blue. They must have some. They can also have black points on them.
That just looks like a teddy bear's coat, doesn't it? Velvet.
Yes, yeah. So a lot of the terriers rough coat. This one, it does feel silky to the touch.
To judge is the Lakeland Terrier. 21 of them here today for Judge Nina Thorpe.
Well, the Lakeland Terrier should have a smart and work-like kind of demeanour. It's a very compact and well-balanced dog and a keen expression. This is 2-year-old Mac. And the Lakeland, of course, takes its name from the Lake District where it was developed.
But his name is fairly obviously giving us an indication of his birthplace, the Lake District.
So the Lakeland Terrier was developed to run after packs of hounds, and it would bolt and then it would kill the fox or the badger. So fearless breed, and we talked about fearless demeanour, really important. The coat, again, is a dense and harsh coat, so it's weather resistant. This is a dog that can work outside in all conditions.
Its owners say it's a happy, cheeky little dog with playfulness. Makes them laugh, and there is real character there as we watch Max striding out.
So we're looking here for drive from behind, and you can really see that. Full of personality on the move. The skull should be flat and refined, and again we talked about the broad, powerful muzzle and why that's so important in the terriers. We should be able to see that here.
Been 2 Lakeland Terriers to win Best in Show, 1963 and 1967. So this is Mac making his bid to get through to Sunday's Best in Show.
Selected from an entry of 37. This one is number 488.
Here we have the smooth, glossy coat of the Manchester Terrier, that characteristic jet black with touches of rich mahogany tan. Unlike many of the terriers, which were bred to help in country areas, this was bred to help keep down rats during the Industrial Revolution.
Which gives it its great turn of speed.
And the breed standard talks about thumb marks. Just explain what those are, Laura, because that's a very particular characteristic.
It does. So if we can get a shot as the dog comes towards us, you can see them there on the front legs. Can you see the little thumb marks just above the feet on there? So that's a really characteristic feature of the breed.
And they were city dogs. Would they still be suitable as city dogs today?
I'm not sure there's as much vermin hunting going on in cities today, but I think...
You'd be surprised.
Maybe. With enough exercise, I think they would. This is a low-maintenance version of a terrier. If you're looking for one, this one doesn't require the stripping.
Well, the Norfolk Terrier is the smallest of the terrier breeds, but so big on character and substance as well. The Norfolk Terrier was a Best in Show winner in 2005. This is Fizz, who's 4 years old and from Worksop. And they should be compact with a short back and a level top line, very alert and focused.
A demon for its size.
So this is another breed that should have a hard and wiry coat, and you should see the slight eyebrows there and whiskers on the face. It's a small, low and keen dog, but don't let its size fool you. It is very alert, and it is also fearless.
And of course the Norfolk Terrier has drop ears.
It does, yes, yeah. And this one actually a big winner. So she's won 29 CCs, so 29 challenge certificates. You only need 3 to be a champion. So it gives you some indication. Big winner, this Norfolk Terrier.
See how it goes today.
From an entry of 35, this selected this male, number 4937, as her best breed. Until Mrs. Normandy Rockwell took charge of organising.
So here we have those pricked ears that we just talked about that separate the Norwich Terrier from the Norfolk. The 2 breeds were separated out in 1964. It's the smallest of the terriers, but don't let that fool you. It should have great substance and character, and those pricked ears give a little sharpness to the expression and its head.
1964, the Kennel Club divided the Norwich and Norfolk Terriers.
This is 2-year-old Smoker from Yorkshire. Now this interested me, Laura, in the breed standard, because it describes the Norwich Terrier as not a quarrelsome dog, yet it also says that honourable scars from fair wear and tear shouldn't be penalised, which suggests that these ones can hold their own if required.
I think it suggests that if the fight comes to them, then they will retaliate, and I think that's fair. So we're looking here on the move for the hind legs should be following in the tracks of the front legs. Clean, flowing through that neck down into deep, compact body. This really nice example, and was the top winning Norwich of last year. Unbeaten in his breed. So let's see how he does in the group.
And they've got said to have a real lovely, lovable disposition.
I love this breed. Look at that
family
face.
pets.
Look at it.
There were 82 of them here today to judge Margaret Hooley. And best of breed was this dog.
This is 4-year-old Taser from Burton-on-Trent. The Parcel Russell Terrier is a small but racy breed and takes its name from a hunting clergyman called Reverend John Russell. And it's an ancestor, this breed, of the rather newer Jack Russell. This one is longer-legged.
John Russell brought Trump, a white-bodied terrier with head and tail.
So there were 82 of these here today. Our judge is looking for a wedge-shaped head, almond eyes, and those little V-shaped ears which should drop forward with the tip just level there to the outer eye.
And you're talking about those challenge certificates, Laura, 19 of them for Taser.
Yeah, so another big winner here. And they should be moving, free striding and really covering the ground. And again, tail should be up on the move.
Slightly taller than the Jack Russell that we saw.
Coat can come in at 3 varieties, so it can be rough, broken or smooth, and the colour should be predominantly white.
Another one for whom honourable scars are permissible.
Yes, yeah, another one who, if a scrap should happen, can stand his own.
A bold but friendly nature.
Yes, exactly, yes.
And next to be seen by Paul Thirdly is the Scottish Terrier.
The wonderful outline and those fantastic eyebrows here of the Scottish Terrier Best of Breed winner. This is another native Scottish breed that was developed to go to ground after fox, badger and other vermin. Once called the Aberdeen Terrier as they were so prolific in the area. Should be well boned and substantial for its size. You can just see the judge checking that there.
First known as the Aberdeen Terrier, where it was developed in the 1800s.
Well, this is Zara, 4 years old, and was Best of Breed at Crufts in 2020. Just such a wonderful distinctive outline, that long hair, the pricked ears and the strong neck, and that coat should be dense and wiry, shouldn't it?
Yes, another one here that shouldn't feel soft to the touch. It should have some wiriness to it, and again, hand stripped on the back. So the skull should be wide and long enough to appear narrow. We can see that there in the foreface of this one. The wib should be well rounded and a short level back. Should be held on the move.
And Zara's black, but you can also see Scottish Terriers in Wheaton or Brindle, and Brindle is the tiger-like stripe.
Yes, that's right, yes. And that beard and eyebrows we can see there, they're really characteristic of this breed.
No trimming there.
Today, Judge Jennifer Bledge. Best of Breed was this dog, number 5126.
Well, a Sealyham Terrier was best in show in 2009 at Crufts, a native Welsh breed, and became a popular breed when it was recognised by the Kennel Club all the way back in 1911. And that general outline should be oblong, but great substance beneath that long and wiry coat.
In Wolf's Castle, a village in Pembrokeshire.
So this is 3-year-old Oliver here from Dublin. It looks like he's won groups at championship shows before, and he's described as a real clown. He should be sturdy, game and workmanlike. This is a dog that's oblong, so longer than he is tall.
And Sealyham is the name of the village where the breed originated in Pembrokeshire on the River Seal.
Briskly vigorous on the move. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say the village squire developed the breed, and he lived in Sealyham Manor. It's a bit of a nod to himself.
Yeah. Why not? I might have a Crombie breed that I'm going to develop.
And now we move on to the Skye Terrier. This was another breed judged today by Dan Eriksson from Sweden. And from an entry of 51, Dan selected this male.
Here we have the wonderful coat and those fantastic ears of the Skye Terrier Best of Breed. These were one of the original terriers of the Scottish Hebrides and played a part in the development of all Scottish Terriers. Used to hunt fox and badger. There were 51 of them here today. And this one is a 7-year-old dog called Eddie, so actually a veteran.
Truth or fiction? Who knows? Long and low to the ground.
Well, you might recognise this breed as Greyfriars Bobby, the dog that returned to the grave of its owner for some 14 years. And that just goes to show, really it demonstrates the loyalty and the devotedness of the Skye Terrier breed. But that long coat, it's important that it's straight and it's flat, but it shouldn't ever impede the action. So, Laura, very important to get the trim just right in terms of the length.
And also really important for the judge to get their hands on the dog so they can feel underneath that coat. The coat should be like a veil that's coming over. And you can see here, we're looking for propulsion, it covering the ground well. And despite having the veil over its eyes, the dog can see where it's going, does know what it's doing. They should be long, powerful, close to the floor, but as you said, not so close that it impedes their movement. This one looks wonderful today.
Real flat, straight top line and elongated in the body.
Not looking 7 years old at all. Previous winner here at Crufts and also a European winner.
And those ears prick, they can be dropped as well.
78 of them today. Best of Breed was this dog, 5212.
We've seen a 7-year-old. Here is a 9-year-old dog, Jack, soft-coated Wheaton Terrier from Wiltshire. And the coat's a real key characteristic of this breed, which is an Irish native, soft and silky, loosely waved or curly, but those curlies should be large and loose.
be an ancestor of the Irish Terrier and the Kerry Blue.
So this dog's believed to be an ancestor of both the Irish and the Kerry Blue Terriers, which we've seen in the group. They were used for hunting both badgers and otter. The colour is described as a shade of ripening wheat, so you can have the full spectrum from lighter through to darker. They should stand 4 square with the head and tail up, and the tail there carried over the back on the move.
Yeah, very upstanding and compact breed, and the judge will be looking for strong and muscular thighs there, and we really saw propulsion across the floor, swiftness of movement, and that just really propels a soft-coated Wheaton Terrier.
Here we have our best of breed Staffordshire Bull Terrier, the biggest entry in the Terrier group today, with 306 of them here. It's a popular breed. It shares common ancestry with the Bull Terrier, and it was a fighting dog that was created by crossing a Bulldog and the Black and Tan Terrier.
They selected this male, number 5285, as their best of breed.
I love the name of this dog. This is Batman, 2 years old and 11 months. I noticed the leather collar. It's the only breed shown in a collar, isn't it? And it's decorated with brass emblems which carry the Staffordshire knot, which is the traditional symbol of the county. So there's some, a few breeds that...
Yeah, we've got the tartan, we've got the special collar. Yes,
Where
exactly.
does that come from?
I don't know is the answer. I don't know where it comes from, but yeah, they are shown, as you can see there. Smiling face, you can see that. It looks like it's grinning as it comes towards us. So this is a black. They come in various colours.
Judge today, Sonia Connell, judge 34 of them, and sent through to the group this evening this bitch number 55.
Now this is a female. Etna is our Welsh Terrier. There's been 4 Welsh Terriers to have won best in show in the history of Crufts, and the Welsh, an all-round hunt terrier, affectionate and obedient, and those V-shaped ears are a real feature, a strong jaw, and the feet should be small and cat-like.
Influential behind many terrier breeds, and the huntsman of Wales.
So these were once known as the Welsh Black and Tan Rough-Coated Terrier, and the name was later compressed to the Welsh Terrier, which I think we'll all agree is a little easier to say, but it tells you about the coat. It should be hard and wiry to touch. It should be a workmanlike little dog with a flat skull and another one with a punishing jaw there, designed to get the vermin and not let go. So this one's from Hungary, big winner over there, champion. Yeah, all sorts of best of breeds and group placements over there.
Oldest existing dog breeds in the UK.
Etna's said to have a lovely temperament, very friendly, loves the shows, and seems very, very at home, very much at home in the Crufts main arena.
The West Highland White Terrier.
Here we have the last dog in the group, the crisp white coat of the West Highland White Terrier. They were developed from a white strain of the Cairn Terrier in the middle of the 19th century, and the reason the colour was easier to see when they were working on the moors.
Produced a white Scottish Terrier called the
Well, this is Freddie, who has travelled over from Poland, 5.5 years old.
Likes to snack on cheese while he's in the ring. I think we all like that. So.
Oh yes, I was expecting you to bring a little snack bag up here, to be honest. But that skull slightly domed, the eyes set wide apart and set under heavy eyebrows there as well. But it gives it a really intelligent, piercing sort of expression. And the last time a West Highland White Terrier won best in show was only as recently as 2016.
It was, and the head I heard described as a white chrysanthemum. That's what that feathering should be creating, that kind of illusion of a flower as you look at it. And this is another breed that's stripped out by hand, so high maintenance coat if you want to show it, but obviously it can be clipped.
Whilst our judge, Paul Eardley, takes a final look at the group in its entirety.
So our judge has taken a look at all of the best of breeds in the terrier group, but who is going to make it through to the shortlist?
It's no mean achievement. There was a total of 1,875 terriers entered today.
Well, we've seen all the breeds in the terrier group. Is there any, Laura, that you particularly liked?
Oh, I mean, look at that little Jack Russell. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? There's some really nice examples. The Westie, I think, looks great there at the end. I do have a soft spot for both the Norfolk and the Norwich Terriers. I think they're both really lovely examples.
Well, we'll expect our judge to draw out a short list. Usually 8. We saw 9 in one of the short lists.
You can never rely on them to stick to the 8, no. So he's just going round now, just one more opportunity to take a look at the breed type, the balance, but also the showmanship. And I mean, you can see there, look at that tail.
Pick me, pick
Yeah,
me.
exactly, yeah. If they can pull it out of the bag, now's the moment to do it.
Does it matter really if the dog is standing stock still or if there is movement at this stage?
I think it depends on the breed. So you'll see some of them are stacked, so the owner is holding them in position, and you would expect those to stay relatively still. But the ones that are free stood, so where the handler is holding perhaps a treat or just catching their attention, it's very normal for them to move. And obviously terriers are sprightly, they want to be moving, so I don't think they're going to get marked down for that.
Paul Eardley, our judge, taking his time and making sure he works his way around all the terriers before deciding on his shortlist.
That coat there of that Skye Terrier, immaculate. The Staffy, always popular.
Now, when will he start choosing?
It looks like he's taking his time, looking back again. And let's see where he's going to go.
We've already had the working group and the pastoral group. Those winners going through to best in show. Siberian Husky and Border Collie.
So the Bedlington Terrier there is coming out.
Beautiful distinctive outline.
Closely followed by the Smooth Fox Terrier. And the Wire. So we've got both of those coming out.
The Irish Terrier.
And then we've got the Irish Terrier.
The Kerry Blue Terrier.
The Kerry Blue, which was looking lovely today.
The Lakeland Terrier.
The Lakeland. Where are we going now?
The Parson Russell Terrier.
We've got the Parson Russell and the little Scotty
and
coming out.
our shortlist.
And the Skye.
So, as our other terrier best of breeds leave the main ring, can I ask you to show your appreciation and congratulate them on their success here at
Got another shortlist of 9.
We have.
By my reckoning.
So, judge is going to take them back, move them again.
As our shortlist of terrier best of breeds move to the back of the ring. All will go to the front line.
So just using the opportunity now to have one last look at how they move out. So first in our shortlist, we have the lamb-like Bedlington Terrier. So we talked about this one. It's already won Group 4 here at Crufts in 2020. So can it go one better today? This 3-year-old dog called Chase, here from Ayrshire. So again, the judge just taking the time to look at the movement, looking for that reach and drive there, that beautiful rise in the top line.
And Chase won best of breed out of 93 Bedlingtons at Crufts this year.
And the next dog we see moving is the Smooth Fox Terrier. Sent through to the group by the
Smooth Fox Terrier, 18-month-old quickie this is. And he's really seen that tail wanging away from the get-go.
So this should have clean outline.
Off she goes.
Tail carried high.
The Smooth Fox Terrier.
Full of personality on the move. Again, predominantly white.
Now off goes the Wire Fox Terrier.
Now we also have the Wire Fox Terrier, so both the Fox Terriers making the shortlist here today. This one is a 2-year-old bitch, it's called Spicy, here from Belgium to compete.
4549 as best of breed.
As we had a Hungarian winner last night.
We did, yes. So we could have another overseas winner here. So as we said, terriers predominantly British and Irish breeds, but it's nice to see popular on the continent. This smart little dog, covering the ground, still alert, look, full of vigour.
Our shortlist is the Irish Terrier.
So the Irish Terrier
to the group by Susan Seabridge.
making the shortlist here.
That red colour, this one is 4-year-old. Donny the dog, and he's from Staffordshire.
And a champion dog already.
Yeah, he's won some group placings at other championship shows outside of Crufts. And his owners describe him as playful and extremely loyal.
And round he goes.
Asked to move out again
Irish
once
Terrier,
more.
best of breed winner, number 4.
What will the judge be looking for the movement of the Irish Terrier?
Well, it already will have decided that this terrier meets the breed standard, but it's about, is it a showman? Is this the one that's going to really represent the terrier group in Best in Show?
This is, of course, when you're comparing different breeds to each other all of a sudden.
So this, the Kerry Blue Terrier, one of our endangered, sadly, breeds on the vulnerable breeds list. This one's Justin, a 3.5-year-old dog, here from Scotland. He's a Spanish champion, and he was made up last year, so became a champion last year in the UK. He's a clown, always wanting to play, but he's behaving very well here. Look at that drive from the rear there.
Is the Best of Breed winning Lakeland Terrier.
The Lakeland Terrier.
Sent through to the group this evening by
two-time Best in Show, this breed, both in the 60s. This is 2-year-old Mac.
So put through by Zena Thorne-Andrews, a really well-respected breed judge.
Another international entry.
Yeah, this
from
one
Croatia.
Yeah. Multiple Best in Show winner previously, and it's described as a happy, cheeky little dog. So these terriers really are full of character. It's the Lakeland Terrier.
And now off goes our Parson Russell Terrier.
So here we have the Parson Russell Terrier. This is a 4-year-old dog called Taser, here from Burton-on-Trent. Now, he was the top Parson Russell in both 2019 and last year, and he has won 19 challenge certificates. So we said 3 to become a champion, so if you're getting towards 20, you're doing pretty well.
Taser knows what it takes to win, that's for sure, and the tail hasn't stopped wagging.
Is he going to knock out the competition? Do you see what I did there, Taser?
No. I deliberately missed it.
So these smaller dogs really striding around the ring, just taking their time. Oh, stopping to have a quick look.
Quickly off the mark.
I think our little Scotty just started a little bit soon there. So this is our Scottish Terrier, native Scottish breed. This one, 4-year-old bitch called Zara, and another overseas entrant here from Finland, and was best of breed at Crufts in 2020.
Again, really distinctive outline, that solid body, and it's a dog bred to go to ground. Well, you like this one?
I do. Look at that coat. I mean, you call it a veil. That is high maintenance. This is the Skye Terrier. 7 years old, still going brilliantly, just showing the longevity of these terrier breeds. This is a dog called Eddie, here from the Czech Republic. Another who's won here at Crufts before. So we're looking for a dog that, although it's low to the ground, can still really cover the ground well, and that's what this one's doing.
And when the breed has those prick ears, they should be really gracefully feathered, which I think we've seen.
You can see that, especially when they're on the move and you can see the coat moving like that. I think that's a lovely dog.
All our 9 shortlisted terrier best of breeds. Another quick look along.
Well, that is the shortlist. Now time for the judge to decide who will be the winner of the terrier group. There'll be 4 chosen to come out to the middle, the top 4.
Terrier group, Crufts.
What do you think, Ali? This is your first year. Is there anything there that catches your eye?
You're asking the wrong person for an expert view. I'll let the judge decide.
I think that smooth fox terrier looks beautiful there. And obviously the Bedlington we know has won a place in the group before. So,
not wasting any opportunity to have one last look.
Very thorough, but the boards are there. So who's going to take Group 1? Where's he going? Ah, it's the Irish Terrier. Beautiful red coat of our Irish Terrier. This is Donnie, the dog, 4 years old, here from Staffordshire, so just down the road. Second place is going to the Lakeland Terrier. So this 2-year-old Mac, a dog, and this one from Croatia. Well worth the journey to get here today. So Group 3, where are we going to go? Looks like... So the Bedlington is moving one space up. So in 4 years' time, could well take the group. So this is our Bedlington Terrier, 3-year-old Chase, here from Ayrshire. So we've got one spot left.
Terrier Group 4 is...
Oh, it's that, I'm delighted. I think that's a lovely Skye Terrier. This is Eddie, 7-year-old dog, doing it for the veterans, here from the Czech Republic.
Well, these are our top 4 then in the terrier group, and we have our winner going through to Best in Show on Sunday night, and that is Donnie, the 4-year-old Irish Terrier from Staffordshire.
So let's have a word with John. You are as cool as a cucumber out there.
I don't feel it.
Just if you wouldn't mind turning a little bit to face your audience up there. Thank you so much. John, tell us a little bit about this dog here.
Well, he was bred by some great friends of mine, Brian and Beryl Blower. Sadly, Brian passed away quite recently, so what an honour.
This dog has done particularly well, hasn't he, in the last sort of 6 to 9 months?
Yes, he was Group 2 at the last show at Manchester, and he won the group at Boston, so yeah, happy days.
So just tell us a little bit about this breed and why they do make great show dogs as well.
Yeah, he's a hard Irishman, red-headed Irishman. They're just a brilliant breed to have around you.
A bit like you then.
Less of the hair, but yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to John, the winner of the Terrier Group.
Well, that was a lovely story to be shared just then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, huge congratulations. And Donnie goes through alongside Lenore, the Border Collie, who won the Pastoral Group, and Aquila, who is the Siberian Husky, who won the Working Group. And no Irish Terrier has ever won Best in Show at Crufts, so there is a contender.
Could be a first. Little Lakeland there in second, Bedlington in third, and our wonderful Skye Terrier in fourth.
Thank you. Very, very proud moment, and probably a little bit of an emotional one as well.
Have I done all right, Dad?
Something's coming out of the pocket. What's in the pocket?
Look.
A worthy winner of the Terrier Group. Congratulations to Donnie.
Great achievement for the Irish Terrier there. Oh, he spotted something. It could well be the microphone on the camera. I'm guessing it could be in for Bin Hunted. So here we go, a lap of honour for our winner of the Terrier Group, Donnie, the Irish Terrier, 4 years old, just down the road in Staffordshire he's travelled from.
Well, we've got a very special presentation coming up next here in the main arena. It's a special presentation to the 2020 Best in Show winner. That's Kim McAlmont and Maisie, who was the wire-haired Dachshund. And I'll talk you through. It's a portrait of Maisie that's just been put up there. Here we go. A portrait by Anne Zoutsos. And this is to be presented to Kim McAlmont. Lovely keepsake. The original will be kept by the Kennel Club Arts Foundation. And Kim will take home a special signed print. And here is Maisie. Best in Show 2020, and getting a wonderful reception out here in the main arena once again. That's really lovely to see, the wire-haired Dachshund.
Right in front of the red seats.
Now I wonder if Maisie likes the portrait. Frank's alongside me.
Is this a good image, she says?
Wonderful likeness, isn't it? Beautiful piece of art.
Foundation with this amazing artist, Anne Zoutsos, to make the presentation. The Kennel Club will retain
There's a nod of approval. That is always good to see, and I'm sure a relief for the artist as well. It really is beautiful.
Look at the likeness. I wonder if we can get some pictures of Maisie on the screen to show you exactly how amazing Maisie looks on that picture. Absolutely incredible. And you are an amazing talent. You really, really are. Thank you, Anne. And thank you, Kim and Maisie.
The Kennel Club houses a large collection of dog portraits, some of them marvellous old masters, and it's a wonderful collection we have there. This will be added to them eventually.
Well done.
It's a beautiful piece of work, and it's a really special way to honour a Best in Show winner. Maisie will take her place and watch the Hound Group.
A VIP seat for the Best in Show winner, yes.
Thank you so much, Nick. So we do, of course, now come to the second group. It's my pleasure to introduce our judge for this group, the Hounds. He's a gentleman with tremendous experience.
So the Hound Group is the final group judging of this evening. And these breeds originally bred for hunting either by smell or by sight. And judge for this evening is Gavin Robertson, a man who you know, Frank.
And he'll feel very familiar in this ring because he has been Best in Show at Crufts with the Petit Basset Griffon Vendéen and a reserve Best in Show and won another group. So he's familiar territory. So and very experienced across all of the hound breeds.
And it's a big group, this one, isn't it?
A very big group, yes. And very mixed in size, coat, and their work.
And he's about to become the youngest.
So we already have a Siberian Husky through to Best in Show, a Border Collie and an Irish Terrier. So we'll find out in the next half hour or so which hound will join Best in Show on Sunday night.
Gavin Robertson.
There's your introduction and the welcome for Gavin Robertson.
I think he's going to very much enjoy this. So let's see the
his first view of the dogs as they come in, he just begins to relax as he sees the dogs. Now the ceremonial's over. Here is the Afghan hound.
The Basenji.
The barkless dog of the Congo, the Basenji.
It's a Best in Show in 2001 at Crufts. The Basenji.
Basset Fauve de Bretagne.
First with the Basset family, the Basset Fauve de Bretagne.
The Grand Basset Griffon Vendéen.
The largest, the tallest and the longest of the Basset family, the Grand Basset Griffon Vendéen.
The Basset Hound.
The archetypal Basset, the biggest entry of the Basset breeds today.
Yeah, 101 of them this year.
The Beagle.
Yeah, the tan and white Beagle coming in, topping a big entry.
The Bloodhound.
The elastic gait of the Bloodhound coming in now.
And this one on the vulnerable breeds list, isn't it?
The Borzoi.
The Russian Wolfhound, the Borzoi.
Stunning coat.
The Cineco dell'Etna.
From Sicily, the little rabbit hunter. Elegant. Russet
now the
coat.
first of our Dachshunds, the long-haired Dachshund.
And now for the Dachshund family coming in, led in by the standard long-haired.
The miniature long-haired Dachshund.
3 coat varieties, aren't there, and 2 sizes for each.
So we have a family of 6 here.
The smooth-haired Dachshunds.
Standard smooth coming in now. Black and tan, very happy.
The miniature smooth-haired Dachshund.
The miniature smooths have really become very popular as house pets.
This is the one that would be known as the sausage dog.
And there is the standard wire-haired, very nice.
And the last of our Dachshunds, the miniature wire-haired Dachshund.
And the same in miniature, the mini wire.
And you couldn't get more of a contrast with the next breed that is about to appear.
And now something a little larger, the Deerhound.
The elegance of the Deerhound, this light gait, striding out.
The Finnish Spitz.
And something quite different, the Finnish Spitz. Sharp features, this
the
iridescent
Foxhound.
red coat. And there is the Foxhound. You don't see many of them in the show ring in this country.
Greyhound.
There's the Greyhound, picture of live
And the winner
athleticism.
from Import Hound Register, this is the Griffon Fauve de Bretagne.
The Griffon Fauve de Bretagne.
The Hamilton Stovar.
And there's the Swedish Foxhound coming in.
And the first time in the main ring, the Harrier.
This is the first for the breed for a long time, the Harrier.
The Abethan Hound.
Well, this is my best of breed winner from the breed judging today.
The Irish Wolfhound.
Now, the tallest breed in the world, supposedly, the Irish Wolfhound.
The Norwegian Elk Hound.
And very workmanlike, this elk hound coming in now. Fit for
The
function with that thick
Otterhound.
coat. The lovely Otterhound. This one's come from America to win.
The Pharaoh Hound.
The Pharaoh Hound, very ancient.
The Portuguese Podengo.
And the little Portuguese Podengo, the rabbit hunter from Portugal.
The Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Strong, athletic.
The Saluki.
The elegance of the Saluki. Light,
The
lifting
Slugy.
stride. And he's the Slugy, related to it, but some marked differences. That one looks very happy to be in the big ring.
The Whippets.
And from a huge entry, over 330, I believe, today for the Whippets. This one's come from Holland.
We've seen Whippets being best in show
And
3 times in
finally,
Crufts
we have
history,
a
the
special
last in
moment here
2018.
For the Petit Basset Griffon Vendéen, who has a close relationship with the judge and is sportingly going to withdraw from the group. And we're going to see a lap of honour here from owner Jane and Rossi, the Petit Basset Griffon.
And this is a special event. The judge today has bred this Petit Basset Griffon Vendéen, so he can't judge it, so it's withdrawing, a lap of honour, and then a very sporting withdrawal. You're not allowed to judge dogs which you've bred.
You did
Or
mention-
indeed, if you're close friends of the people, yes.
Have to declare an interest. You did mention Gavin Robertson's own pedigree as a breeder, if you like, being a former best in show, and he had a best in breed.
Kim and Graham.
Thank you, Marina.
So this hound group,
So we move straight on
Frank,
to
of
the
course,
second
so many
group of this
different
Saturday.
sizes and looks and appearances that we've seen, but they all have in common that they're bred for hunting either by smell or by sight. So those scent hounds include what the beagle and the bloodhound, and the sight hounds would be breeds like the
Yes.
whippet and the greyhound.
And usually the longer-legged ones, the galloping breeds, are the sight hounds, and the ones that are lower to ground so they get their heads down and take in the scent, they are the scent hounds.
Evolution is
But there
incredible,
are
isn't it, the
some
development?
there are some versatile ones who can do both, as we'll see in a moment. So Gavin just walking around the ring, taking in his first glance the outline and balance of the breed.
And a lot of these dogs will need a lot of exercise, won't they, if you have one at home?
They're hunting dogs, they love to be out, yes.
We have sight hounds.
They do love people as well.
Identifying their quarry with
Pretty
great
trusty companions.
with keen eyesight, then racing off to run down their target through speed, endurance and persistence. Around the ring you can recognise the sight hounds. They are the breeds who
And
look
Gavin now coming to look at the first breed forward for examination. It's the Afghan, the sight hound from Afghanistan. Undoubtedly the most glamorous breed in the group, but underneath the coat there is an athletic, keen sight hound.
Alan Ledger was the breed judge today, and there was a breed entry of 100.
This breed is probably a descendant of the Saluki from neighbouring Persia, but working in the harsh mountainous regions, it grew a coat to give it extra protection, and now it's the coat which gives it the glamour. It's obviously the glamour dog of the group.
But that coat, Frank, does have to develop naturally, doesn't it? If there was any evidence of clipping or scissoring, then that would be
Yes,
penalised.
the coat comes in a pattern. There's a bare strip along the back, the saddle, which we see here. The legs and belly are well furnished. The Afghan should have a light, lifting gait. The standard asks for a style of a high order. They have to carry themselves proudly and majestically and with a light stride.
full of style. A 3-year-old from South Yorkshire.
5777.
And that movement, smooth and springy, and you can see that as well.
This lovely almond-shaped eye, this long, chiselled head, giving that look of elegance and quality.
And the ring tail as well.
Very important, the ring tail, like a little donut hook at the end. Big feet.
This bitch 5868. The Basenji is the breed found in the inner Congo basin.
Basenji is the dog that has no bark. The history of the dog goes back to Pharaoh times. This is 7-year-old Selma, who has travelled from Poland.
Some interesting historical facts about this interesting breed. The first pair of Basenji...
Now, this is a hound which does hunt by sight and sound. It often seeks its game by jumping up and down on the spot to look over the high savanna grasslands. And it often had a bell attached to its collar so the huntsman could know where it was working. So they're a primitive breed, very interesting. Not only are they barkless, they've got this wonderful high-set tail curled over the back, this pricked ears, this pliant coat, and this lovely swinging stride. They are immaculately, fastidiously clean in the house, but they love climbing. They've still got some primitive streaks to them.
Basset Fauve de Bretagne.
Now, the Basset Fauve de Bretagne, one of my favourites in the hound group. This one, the Basset Fauve, it only comes in this colour. Fauve means fawn, and he was developed in Brittany. A sight hound, often hunting in pairs. And the quarry he went after were hare, rabbit and fox.
Was rarely seen outside of France.
Billy is 6 years old from Warrington, and we should be seeing here a quick stride, straight forelegs and a level top line. And I suppose with these dogs, Frank, when they're scent hounds, it's important that those nostrils should be wide open.
Yes, wide nostrils. They should be able to have a good length of neck so that they can get the nose down towards the ground to take in the scent. A very crisp coat. It's a double coat. Top coat is hard, softer undercoat to give it protection.
Judge, Mrs. Marion Hunt. Best of breed to come through to the group this evening was this dog, 5956.
There were 23 Basset Griffon Vendéens this year, and Bassets are generally very tall. This is the tallest, the Grand variety, of course. It's got the longest legs, the longest body, and the longest ears.
And perseverance, baying freely and very
And this one bred in a famous kennel in Holland. They've been very successful at Crufts. They come from the Vendée region of Western France, and as you say, it's the tallest and the longest. As my friend Jessica would say, everything is stretched in the Grand Basset. Longer ears, longer foreface, longer body. It's got a crisp top coat again, but it must be rustic. It must not be over-trimmed. These are fit for function hounds and shouldn't be over-trimmed.
And how do those long ears assist it in its original purpose?
When they get their head down, it's said that the long ears cup the scent and bring the scent up into the nostrils.
And best of breed was this dog, number 6101.
And this is the Basset perhaps we all know best, the archetype Basset, most popular in the UK. It's thought that they were developed by French monks in the Middle Ages, and they probably came to England with the Normans for the Norman conquest.
And was reputedly bred by the monks of France in the Middle Ages.
Well, this is Figaro, who's only 17 months old, and he's travelled to Crufts from Spain.
1866.
Very low to the ground, having a good old gamble across the carpet.
Yes, and you know, they were allowed a little bit of loose skin to give them protection, some pliability of the skin to give them protection. But breeders worked hard to get rid of exaggeration in it.
Easily over the roughest
We
of
see him
terrain.
striding out, not too long in the back. Again, exaggeration in any form. It's not too long in the back. Should be strongly boned.
And low to the ground, but it still needs good clearance, doesn't it?
It does. They have to have ground clearance. Now, this one, we see that the front legs are, they're little curved round the chest. They've got a crook front, we call it. One of the breed specialties.
The best of breed from 188 exhibits, the highest or the second highest in the hound group today.
This is Jake, 3-year-old Beagle from Darlington. And the Beagle is a very sturdy dog, and you can see that compact outline. It's the smallest of the British pack hounds.
Ancient English hounds, although the breed's origin are obscure.
Obviously, the tricolour, which we often see, is the most popular. Here we have a tan and white. We also have lemon and white. But this one really smart, done a lot of winning. It's a group winner already. Has been best of breed at Crufts when he was a junior. Everything is fit for function in the Beagle. There's nothing exaggerated. You want a clean, laid-back shoulder to give it long stride in front, a nicely curved back leg to give it propulsive power, and the tail, or with this stern, as they call it in hounds, carried above the back, but not curved over the back, and a lovely, soft expression from those dark eyes.
Was our judge for bloodhounds today, and from an entry of 20, she selected this dog, number 6.
Oh, the lovely bloodhound, coming from Belgium and France, where he was known as the Saint-Hubert. One of his ancestors was a hound called the Saint-Hubert. He was bred to hunt deer, and he was also a stag hound. Like many
before 1300. In the 19th century,
This is 5-year-old Mission, who is in fact best of breed Crufts in 2020, so back again in 2022, and probably, Frank, the most famous and well recognised of the scent hounds, and bred in Britain since before 1300.
And of course, he was known as the sleuth dog, and Clement Freud would patronise him. But anyway, do you know why they're called bloodhounds? Not because it followed a blood trail, because the term blood was a sign of good breeding. Like as you have a blood horse, you've got a bloodhound, a dog of high breeding.
Only 20 here at Crufts this year. The bloodhound is on the vulnerable breeds list.
And now we see the Borzoi. Today, Mr. Andre van den Broek from the Netherlands was in charge of this most elegant and spectacular breed. A true aristocrat of the hound breed.
Here we have the Borzoi now, the Russian wolfhound, the wolfhound of the Russian aristocracy, first seen in England in the 19th century. This long head, strong jaw, and this curving outline to give it propulsive power. We see the rise over the loin there.
A great favourite with the Russian courts and nobles.
Just a spectacular sight, isn't it, the Borzoi? This is Dustin, who is a 5-year-old dog, travelled from Exeter in Devon.
The hunting in Russia was a ceremonial occasion with wonderful tents and entertainment for the hunters, but the Borzois hunted in pairs and they attacked the wolf from either side to bring down and hold the wolf.
This coat must take a tremendous amount of care, Frank.
Well, it does, but again, it shouldn't be overdone, really. You have to see the shape of the dog. It's not just about coat and glamour. It has to be fit for function. That's why we've got these long, powerful jaws, this propulsion from the rise over the loin, and strong hocks.
Michelle Farley. Best of breed was this bitch number 6431. The breed was approved by the Kennel Club to move to the individual.
The Chineko del Etna isn't perhaps as well known as some of the other hounds, but was used for hunting rabbits near Mount Etna, and this is 11-month-old Sienna from Manchester.
And was a favoured hound for hunting rabbits in the area near
And the
Mount
breed
Etna.
comes from Sicily, and where he used to work on the slopes of Mount Etna and hunt rabbits. It was known as the Sicilian Greyhound. They are lean and leggy and elegant, and these sharply pricked ears give it this wonderful look of alertness, very sensitive hearing and great sight.
And that trot is so distinctive, the way the forelegs move.
It's stepping out nicely, isn't it?
6431.
Pliant skin, there's a degree of elegance in many of the sight hounds.
And best puppy at the Ladies Kennel Association in 2021.
Standard long-haired Dachshund.
Only 11 months old.
Mr. Lloyd Cross was the breed judge today and selected this male.
And the first of the Dachshund family on the table now, the Teckel from Germany. Teckel means badger. They were bred to hunt badger, but also rabbits. It's a theory that the long hair and the short-haired Dachshunds always existed, cropping up in the litters. They were sort of interbred.
The breed name translates from German into badger dog. It is thought
Georgie's from Bude in Cornwall, 5 years old. And Dachshunds should be twice as long as they are high, according to the breed standard, but they've got to be able to move freely, haven't they, and not be impeded in any way by their long coats.
In their native Germany, not only they had to go to ground, but they had to track their prey as well, so they needed ground clearance. We don't want anything exaggeratedly low to ground. They have to have ground clearance. And the coat should frame the body, it shouldn't be abundant. And of course, they should carry themselves with regal dignity, the Dachshund.
And that tail almost forms a flag with the hair. on the very end.
Conical shaped head.
Long-haired dachshund, judged today
Strongly
by Jeremy
boned.
Goddard. There were 110. Best of breed was this dog, number 6604.
Rob is the pet name for this miniature long-haired dachshund, 5.5 years old, from Norfolk. And miniatures preferably weigh under 5 kilograms. They should still be well muscled and compact with enough ground movement for free movement.
Rather than by weight. Presumably this is to determine that they are of a size to be
One
able
of the
to
great
enter a
challenges for
rabbit bowl.
dachshund breeders is to
Similar,
get the same type and quality in a miniaturized size. So that's one of the challenges. So this shares the same standard as the standard long hair we've just seen, but everything's in miniature. The conical shaped head, the long rib cage, long level top line, and strong bone. Everything's scaled down. Now this dog's had a remarkable career. He was best of breed at Crufts from the puppy class years ago. Here he is. I think he's now almost a veteran and still winning.
And won best of breed out of 110 miniatures today.
And now perhaps the dachshund we all know best, the standard smooth dachshund. Here, the black and tan, we see on the table the judge going over the conformation of the dog. See the prominent forechest there, strong bone. They were bred, as I say, for tracking and also for going to ground after their quarry. In their native Germany, they're measured not by weight or height, but by their girth. They have a tape measure put around their rib cage. They shouldn't be oversprung so they can get down into the holes.
And did you know, Frank, that this is Blackie, and it's in fact Blackie's second birthday today?
Well,
so wouldn't that best of breed?
He's had a good day, yes.
Will it get even better? That's the question.
That's the best of breed smooth-haired dachshund, number 6626.
And obviously a very happy, and yes, the scent hound, he's taking in the scent.
Now we see the miniature smooth-haired dachshund. There were 150 of them here today for Judge
Here is a female dog that's only 18 months old. It's Lucy from Northumberland, the miniature smooth-haired dachshund, and there were 150 of them, of which Lucy has won best in breed. The low body, of course, with that short, smooth coat.
And this comes from a very successful kennel. This is Fran Mitchell, showing her mother was a dachshund breeder before her, and Fran's own daughter is also a championship show judge. So they've been in the breed for many years, striding out well. The miniature variety has really, especially in the pandemic times, this has been the popular one. The registrations have soared in the miniature smooth, largely because they're a handy size for the house, but wonderful temperaments. They're very bold, very happy.
Number 6739.
Wendell Moore was the wire-haired dachshund judge at Crufts this year, and we see his best of breed now being examined by Captain.
Now this one has a hard act to follow, doesn't it? We've just seen the best in show winner, but this looks a very nice one. It's from a continental kennel, the Tres Paniros kennel, very famous. They come from Italy, and they've had many lovely dachshunds, and this is lovely. Look at that noble head, long foreface, decorated by a bit of beard there. Good ground clearance here, and those lovely tight feet and good bone.
As its name implies, the wire should carry a dense, hard, close-lying
Real
coat.
distinctive features are the beard and the bushier eyebrows as well. And his legs and feet should be neatly covered in the wiry, harsh coat as well.
How did they get this wiry, harsh coat? The theory is that there was a cross with terriers, with wire-haired terriers, to get this.
Bushy eyebrows and bearded chin.
This is a very, very nice dog. I like this.
It's Echo, who's a European winner 2021.
Striding up beautifully, good ground clearance, strong bone, very nice indeed, lovely.
By Joanne Blackburn Bennett, and from her entry of 93, she selected.
We've seen the wirehead. This is now the miniature wirehead. So same harsh outer coat and dense undercoat, but of course the miniature breed should still be well muscled and compact with a really defiant carriage of the head.
Varieties to be recognised by our kennel club. The miniature wire-haired dachshund.
And this is one which has also had a very good career. I believe it's almost a veteran now. It's had many best of breeds, won all over the country. Beautiful type, carrying this level top line. You can see it's quite deep in the body with some forechest, but full of confidence. A small dog with oodles of confidence.
It's Ricky, who is indeed a veteran at 9 years and 4 months. And he's said to love everybody and absolutely everything.
And obviously loves showing he's very happy in this big ring, isn't he?
And the
It's
next
right at
dog
home.
to be judged today by our group judge is the Deerhound. There were 69 of them for our judge.
The beautiful
Mr.
gaze
Ergetnes
of
from
the
Norway,
Deerhound.
and best of
One
breed
of the most
was his
elegant of
dog
breeds. A breed developed in
7050.
Scotland, where he was originally used to hunt wolves, but with the demise of the wolf population, he was used for coursing deer, and that's why he carries the name the Deerhound, an elegant sighthound. It's similar to a greyhound in build and stature, but with his crisp coat covering the body.
And that coat, Frank has said it should be shaggy but not woolly. How do you maintain it?
Well, it should be, you know, it's a mixture of hard and soft hair, so it's got this rustic appearance to it.
705.
And it would feel what, kind of crisp to the touch?
Crisp to the touch is what we wanted. This beautiful gaze. They look as they, you know, looking out for the deer. It's marvellous.
They can pull down full-grown stags, can't they?
But they're also the gentle giants in the house. They're absolutely wonderful, but they're great hunting dogs in the field. Oh, now here we have the...
As this Spitz breed's name implies, the country of origin is Finland, where it is the national dog with a written breed standard going back as far as 1812.
Well, this is the Finnish Spitz. This is 2-year-old Ollie, who just wants to get moving in the ring, Frank, I think.
Yes, they're sometimes hard to handle. They're very lively dogs. The national dog of Finland, this iridescent red glow of the coat. Spitz characteristics, which means the sharp, pointed ears, wedge-shaped head, the tail carried over the back. It should have a standoff coat. This dog is not in full coat today. A standoff harsh coat with a softer undercoat.
And the dog now to be judged is the Foxhound, one of the rarer show hounds here at Crufts. Best of breed is this dog.
And here we have the Foxhound. I think only one in competition today, and this is our best of breed winner. The Foxhound is seen mostly as a pack hound, and they were developed when the stag hunting was banned, and here we have the Foxhound.
There were 140 Foxhound packs in England, each with an average of 50
7 years old is Chorister. When there is only one entry in the breed, Frank, is there still a formal judging process still has to take place?
There is, and of course if the judge doesn't think it's worthy of being best of breed, he can withhold the best of breed award. But here we are, a very active working Foxhound, strong bone, important to have very good shoulders and feet for movement. No foot, no dog. You have to be good, strong feet.
And I tell you, over the 7 years, Chorister has had 6 best of breeds at Crufts.
A breed mentioned in the forest laws made by King Canute in 1016.
Oh, the really familiar sight of the greyhound. Aya is 4.5 years old, has travelled from Germany to be here. And greyhounds have had success at Crufts, 3 times winning best in show, the last being back in 1956, though.
Have been brought to Britain by the Celts, although its origins are most probably in the
a mixture of elegance and athletic power. This curving outline, this lovely long head, long neck, everything about the greyhound is functional, and wonderful symmetry of outline and elegance. Deep chest, lovely curve over the top line, beautiful and in fit athletic condition.
Where does it get its speed from? Is it the hind legs?
The hind legs are the propulsion, but it has to have good reach in front. They have this suspended gallop.
38 different entries from just 6 different breeds for Judge Paul Harding.
Now the Griffon Fauve, this is one of the taller of the breeds. The Griffon Fauve, a bigger variety. We saw the Basset Fauve earlier. This is bred with some similar bloodlines.
Been around since the 13th century and are classed as scent hounds.
Well, they're said to have a really gentle temperament, being very sociable and affectionate dogs, but the judge here will be looking for a short back and fairly broad, though, still with a very level top line. Looking for that supple movement, should be moving very easy and actively across the floor.
And you see the difference in the leg length. The ancestors used to hunt wolves, but this is bred down from the Briquet, another of the hound families.
The Hamilton Sterverer. They were judged today by Jeff Horswell, and from an entry of 13s, Hamiltons, Best of breed is this dog, number 7174.
The Hamilton Stoveray. This is Larson, 3.5 years old from Cumbria. And it's a Swedish solo hunter developed by crossing the English foxhounds with German hounds.
Top 10 most popular breeds. They were judged today, as mentioned, by Jeff Horswell.
Now, this breed was almost extinct, and it took a breeder named Count Hamilton, who created the breed, going around the Swedish valleys to find some new blood for it, and hence we've got them back again. And what a smart, handsome hound they are. Absolutely unexaggerated and fit for function.
Now, for the first time in Crufts,
deep-chested, a strong, powerful neck. That's what the judge will be looking for.
Another of the breeds judged today by Mo Persson from Sweden.
Now, this is something of an event. The first time at Crufts for many years. The English Kennel Club did recognise them in the 40s, but the population died out. There were no one showing them. They were just re-registered last year, so we've had 20 odd of them here today. So that's a good turnout.
English foxhound or a large beagle. However,
yeah, the first appearance in the Crufts breed ring since 1898. But what leads to a breed dying out, Frank?
Well, really, they were pack hounds. We don't often see them in the show ring, but I think we're going to see a reincarnation of them in their popularity. I think we'll have some pack hounds coming to join the showing population. This one, a hare pied, one of the hound colours. A foxhound in miniature, really. It's a scaled-down foxhound.
And from his entry of 27, he selected this dog, number 7215, to represent the breed in the group.
7-year-old Bandit is an Ibethan hound, a dog that's got its roots in ancient Egypt. And Bandit has come over from Norway, but such a distinct appearance, tall and narrow, and those large, erect ears.
For the breed to really become established in Great Britain.
Well, I did enjoy judging the breed today. This dog, he's a very good example of the breed. Leggy, as you say, is very important, and lean through, lean rib cage, lean muscles, everything is elegant and lean about him. Now we'll see that he's not a deep-chested dog. In many breeds, we ask the chest to extend to the elbow. Very important here that we don't go as far as the elbow. They've got 2 inches gap between the bottom of the chest and the elbow. One of their breed peculiarities.
The Irish Wolfhound, with an entry of 108 here today for Mrs. Susan Wilkinson, who judged the breed.
Here is the tallest and most powerful of the group, and it's thought to be the tallest of all breeds, the gentle giant of the Irish Wolfhounds. Originally bred to hunt wolves in Ireland, it's thought that it has greyhounds in the background, and then they were mated to mastiffs to produce a combination of speed and strength.
Were used for centuries in Ireland to hunt wolf, boar, and Irish.
You sense at the arena really enjoy seeing the Irish Wolfhound. This is Paris, who's 4.5 from Cheshire. But yeah, the biggest of, thought to be the biggest of all the dog breeds. Can we call them the BFG of the dog world, Frank?
Yes, indeed.
Big friendly giants.
Some of the viewers at home might recognise the handler because he's quite famous in the music world. It's Chris Amu, who was lead singer with The Real Thing, and they've reinvented themselves and they're still very popular. That's Chris Amu, the breeder, with his wife Julie.
Hound is the national dog of Norway. Comrade to the Vikings, guardian of lonely farms, and a herder of
Finn is 2 years old, Norwegian elk hound. It's such a distinctive grey coat there, an ancient hunting dog. That coat should be close and abundant with that tail tightly curled.
5,000 years. With the current breed standards being developed.
This is a wonderful workman-like dog, the national dog of Norway, a very ancient breed. Skeletons of dogs of this type were found in Viking graves, going back thousands of years. I love this thick double coat to give it protection. Those harness markings over the shoulders are a breed speciality. And again, this tail curved high over the back. I love this. It's so workman-like, a real worker.
Miss Michelle Swinge was the breed judge today for Otter.
I was very keen to see the Otterhound judging today, and this is the best of breed winner. It's come from America to win, wonderfully athletic. This can be traced back to the 13th century. It's thought that the Bloodhound and later the Foxhound played some part in its ancestry.
with the earliest references to the breed being those.
And when you talk about being fit for purpose, Frank, I mean, this hound has an oily and weather-resistant double coat, and a real particular feature as well, webbed feet.
That's again, fit for function, yes. That oily texture gives them a sort of very houndy smell. I call them odoriferous, and that you have to be aware of that when you take on one to live in the house with you. But they're a lovely breed. They've got this lovely athletic stride and a very noble head. Absolutely, look at that lovely noble head. These dark eyes, soft expression. They're a beautiful breed.
There was an entry of 37 Pharaoh hounds for judge.
There were 37 Pharaoh hounds, of which Pearl won best of breed, 4 years old, from the Isle of Man. And the Pharaoh hound's native to Malta, where it was a rabbit hunter historically. And if the outline looks familiar, well, you might have seen it in history books, because often depicted on the tombs of the ancient pharaohs.
The Pharaoh's short coat is easy to maintain.
Beautiful statuesque elegance, and this long, clean, delicate head and sharply pricked ears. There also, we saw the Chineko de l'Etna earlier, which looks very similar in a miniature form.
This one said to be always happy. In fact, lives with a family with 4 children as well, so wonderful family dog. Very friendly and playful.
We now look back to the table where we see the Portuguese Podengo.
And this is the little Portuguese Podengo, a rabbit hunter. Used to go into the Portuguese, known as the Portuguese Warren Hound. 3 sizes. We only have the smaller size in England. They can be smooth coated or wire coated, and we see the crisp wire coat on this one.
Today, and from an entry of 37, she awarded best of breed to this bitch number 7.
So this one could be smooth or wire haired. And of course, another rabbit hunter, very small variety. There are medium and large breeds as well, but
now,
in the UK.
It is native Portugal. They've become very popular as little house pets, rather like the Jack Russell is in this country. This one, not particularly happy in the big ring today, not carrying his tail above his back. So he's just a little bit phased out by the big ring atmosphere.
Best breed, Portuguese Podengo 7459.
Now, a real particular feature of the Rhodesian Ridgeback is, as the name suggests, the ridge of hair, which grows in the reverse direction along its spine. It's a really athletic and courageous dog from southern Africa.
The Rhodesian Ridgeback is an agile dog, powerful and speedy.
It's athletic and powerful. It had to be to do the job, tracking lions, holding them at bay until the hunters came. This long athletic stride. They come in this red and wheaten colour. The ridge considered by the hunters as a sign of courage. The better the ridge, the better the courage. There may be a bit of canine folklore in that, though. What we do know is that strong, courageous dogs.
And this one from Switzerland, Yara, 3 years old.
So the next of our hound breeds to be seen is another of the sight hounds here at the hound group.
The Saluki, also known as the Gazelle Hound, which tells us its quarry in the hunt. The elegant sight hound of the Middle East, named after the Persian town of Saluk. It was prized by the Bedouins along with their Arabian horses, carried in the saddle and put down on the sand when game was sighted, and then set free to hunt the game.
5000 BC. And it is suggested that
And a real breed feature is that feathering on the legs and the backs of the thighs for the long-haired variety. But a real striking appearance, isn't it? Elegant and light-footed across the floor.
And of course, as you mentioned, in the long-haired varieties, it does come in the smooth-haired variety where they don't have any furnishings, but they're quite rare. But again, this nice lifting stride and this far-away look.
An entry of 7, best of breed, was this dog 7.
Yoski is a 4-year-old Salugi from Margate in Kent, who hasn't won any challenge certificates in this country, but's had multiple best of breeds at championship shows and best dog at the Salugi Club Show. It's one of the lesser-known breeds, a North African dog.
The large rib cage of the Salugi.
Yes, it is one of the North African breeds, and if you think it looks a bit ribby and light, this is because it's a breed which does not carry any subcutaneous fat. That's a mechanism for helping it to deal with the hot desert conditions.
Salugi, number 7729.
And now we come to the last of the hound breeds to be considered by.
Now, isn't this beautiful? Little did those miners know when they developed this breed from the greyhound how popular it was going to become for all over the world as the most beautiful, aesthetic show dog. However, they were bred to bring home the supper. They had to be a working dog. And also, the miners in Northumberland used to race them as well, in whippet racing. But here we have over 300 of them here today. That's a very strong breed. The quality in them, wonderful. 2 judges. What we want is symmetry, elegance, and muscular athletic power. And here, from a famous kennel in Holland, have been big winners. Look at that lovely, what we call a daisy cutting action. It skims just low over the ground. That elegance in the head and beautiful dark eyes, and coming at us absolutely parallel in its movement. That's beautiful.
So as our judge, Gavin Robertson, takes one last look.
So this is our hound group. Who will the judge choose for the shortlist?
2,439 hounds here today. And this is an ideal opportunity to give a round of applause to our winning best of breed hounds.
That's a big group, a big decision to be made here, Frank.
And Gavin walking round, just reminding himself of what he found on hands-on examination. This is going to be a hard job. It's a big group, getting them down to 8 dogs.
I reckon
tough
we'll have
task.
9. I think he'll sneak in an extra.
To start his selection of a shortlist.
We've seen some wonderful best of breeds, that's for sure.
First to be pulled out.
He's brought out the Grand Basset Griffon Vendéenne and the Beagle. Walking right past the Dachshunds, but it's the Standard Wire which is brought in from Italy, that lovely dog. The greyhound, that elegant greyhound. Oh, and good. The Ibethan Hound is brought in. I'm very happy with that. This hovering stride of the Ibethan Hound, a breed feature. Chris Moon with his Irish Wolfhound, the Fair Hounds in, and the Rhodesian Ridgeback, and that gorgeous Whippet.
And congratulate the other best of breed
You're
here
right,
in the
he's
hound
got
group.
9.
Too big a group to cut it down anymore. What a wonderful lineup for a shortlist that is. And congratulations to all the dogs who are exiting the ring as best of breeds.
Now, he's got 9 top quality dogs here to choose from. So one's going to come back for Sunday evening to compete for Best in Show. I would recommend, if you've never been to Crufts before, you come and see this spectacle in this arena of the judging of Best in Show on Sunday evening.
That's a Griffon Vendéenne, 4 years of age, from the Netherlands.
Perfect top line, this lovely level back, strongly boned. That coat should be crisp to the touch. Now at this level, Gavin's checking on the movement of the hind movement and front movement for accuracy. Here we see the lovely clean stride of Jacob, the Beagle, David Craig handling. He's the breeder.
What can a dog do at this stage, Frank, to really wow the judge?
Stay on his toes and put on a wonderful performance. And this is putting on a wonderful performance. I like the Standard Wire very much.
And the greyhound gets its chance to impress.
And look at that lovely long stride, the curve over the top line, elegance personified. And you see the slight hover before it puts its foot down on the ground. That's a breed-specific point, a hovering side gate.
So why did you choose this particular Ibethan hound?
Well, he fits the standard so well. He went beautifully and is the perfect shape for the breed. The strength and power of the Irish Wolfhound, a group winner on many occasions. You know, one of the great challenges in these giant breeds is to get substance, but also athleticism. This is beautiful as well. Lovely quality. A picture of concentration there for Gavin.
It's got to be very difficult to make a choice at this stage.
The Rhodesian Ridgeback. Send through to the group fight.
And they're all going well. Nothing is phased by this atmosphere. They've had a long day.
Because, of course, all the best of breed judging is done on the same day. Very popular, the whippets.
Always popular, and this is, again, a whippet bitch. The strength of whippets in this country is amazing, and the same can be said in many countries of the world.
7-7, 3-2.
Oh, I think we're going to see them sent round. He's going to watch them in profile.
Does this mean he's having trouble making a decision?
Absolutely, and this is where he's going for presence.
And it gives everyone a chance to
Presence, you look at the top line, the length of stride, the deportment of it, if you like. This is where what might catch the eye, which is carrying itself well. Gavin just giving them all a round of applause as they go by him. He's obviously very appreciative of the quality in this group. And there is the greyhound striding out. And here's the hovering Ibethan hound. And the power of the Irish wolfhound, the Pharaoh hound. Now, the Rhodesian coming now. Holding the top line, keeping the shape on the move is what's important. It shows good balance. And here's that lovely whippet.
It's a really tough lineup for our judge to pick who will go through to best in show on Sunday night. An incredible hound group we've seen.
And you see the mixture of types in the group by looking at this the size, the shape, and the purpose for which they were developed.
Crufts 2022.
Right.
A real good selection of hounds there, different shapes, different sizes.
He's going to stand back. He's going to get the 4 in order now. This is where you need to take a breath. 1, 2, 3, 4.
2022 is...
He's heading over towards...
the Dachshund.
The Greyhound. Now the Greyhound has won it.
7-1.
Well, we thought we was heading for the standard wire for a moment. There. So the Greyhound coming back on Sunday to compete for best in show.
What a moment that is for Aya from Germany.
And here is the whippet from Holland.
7-3-2. Hound Group 3 is... It's the Pharaoh hound.
The beautifully elegant Pharaoh hound.
This one came from the Isle of Man.
Now, who's getting the 4th spot?
It's the
Grand Basset Griffon Vaudienne. A breed close to Gavin's heart. Well done to these others, making the cut in that very strong group.
Yeah, that's the Dutch dog in 4th place. But it's the Greyhound that goes through to best in show, joining Siberian Husky, the Border Collie and the Irish Terrier.
Warm applause and well done for those fantastic wins. But here, Ina and your Greyhound has topped the hound group here. How are you feeling?
I cannot believe it. I have no words. It's amazing.
Please don't say that. It's not my favorite
it's amazing.
answer. Now, tell us about your journey to Crufts.
Well, my journey to Crufts, I've been visiting for years now. I had some good placements during the years. I got best of breed with my homebred and both CC winners last time. And today we had another fantastic day with a CC, best of breed, reserve CC, and reserve dog CC.
Oh, wow, you've had a really marvellous Crufts there.
Yeah, and then this to top it up.
Yeah, and just, what were you thinking about this performance of your girl in here?
She never lets me down. She's a dream.
Well, she certainly didn't let you down there, Ina. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together, please, for the Greyhounds.
That's another wonderful and emotional moment, and the number of handlers who we hear just sound lost for words.
Yes,
it's such a huge moment in their career.
Perhaps it's not a good moment to interview them when they've just had the win.
It's another international group winner to go through to best in show.
And she...
Look at that, just what it means. Aya is the Greyhound's pet name. from Germany, 4.5 years old, and goes through to best in show. Whippet in second place. The crowd really enjoyed that.
Thank you. Thank you. Pick it up here.
look at the standing to attention.
Well done again.
That's how to receive a prize.
Right, lap of honour time now. Now, this greyhound bitch has had Best in Show awards in Germany and throughout Europe. Can she add the UK to her title gathering on Sunday evening for Best in Show at Crufts? We'll have to wait and see. We will be here to join us and watch that.
Yourselves, and best wishes to you all, and safe journeys home. Hope to see you over the weekend. Good night.
Well, it's been another wonderful day here at Crufts, and we've got more to come tomorrow, of course. The Southern Golden Retriever display team. There is more flyball action that is fast and furious. And don't miss the agility final at 5:15. And then, of course, the group judging for the utility group and the toy group. So we now know 4 of the breeds who are going through to best in show. Yesterday, the Siberian Husky and Border Collie won through. Today, an Irish Terrier and a Greyhound from Germany. Lots more to come. Make sure you're with us again tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you then. Good night.